Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the site of the 2024 Virginia Beach Neptune Bowl, presented by DoubleTree by Hilton. Our matchup today featuring two programs ready to leave it all on the field. Representing Miami, Florida, we have the Atlantis University Atlanteans with a record of 5-5 overall, and from Newport News, Virginia, the Apprentice School Builders, who come in at 5-5 as well. Matt Hatfield here with you on the call alongside Ed Young. We've got Jack Lowe, our sideline operator today, as you are tuned in on Cova Sports TV to this 2024 Neptune Bowl. Coach Young, Apprentice School in their maroon jerseys with the white numerals, the Atlanteans with the white unis and the gray helmets with some silver and red trim. The 2022 edition of the Neptune Bowl saw Apprentice School win over Bridgewater 38-28. The first ever installment back in 2019 was a Randolph-Macon 35-3 win over the Apprentice School. So this is the third time ever that the Neptune Bowl will take place here at the Plex, and all three featuring the Apprentice School trying to get a win today for Coach Vincent Brown and company.
Yeah, Matt, good to join you on the broadcast here today. I'm stepping out of my realm as a basketball coach and doing some football stuff. So this is going to be interesting. I think the contrast here is Apprentice. Both teams 500, so they're still putting things together, so to speak, in the season. But Apprentice School hangs a lot on their defense. They're hard-hitting. They do cause some turnovers. Unfortunately, their offense has also had a few more turnovers. But when they do things right on the offensive side, that defense can carry them. Atlantis a little bit more known for their offense. They've got big play players. Quarterback, this guy's going to be interesting. Junley Deller, I think is his name. He's 6'2", 240. A little bit bigger, and as big as some people's linebackers, really. But the kid can really throw it. He's quicker than you think. So I think that's what we're going to see is the Apprentice School's defense against Atlantis on offense.
We're going to take a quick timeout with the national anthem here at the Plex, and we'll come back with the start of this matchup here. Stay tuned. It's the Neptune Bowl, Apprentice School, and Atlantis University right here on Cova Sports TV.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
And the national anthem concluding here before the Apprentice School Builders take on the Atlantis University Atlanteans. With Ed Young, I am Matthew Hatfield, and we're about ready for this matchup. The 2024 Neptune Bowl, brought to you by DoubleTree by Hilton. Also, big thanks to other sponsors that make this possible, such as Northeast Contracting, CHKD Sports Medicine, PFG Food Service, Footers Sports Pub, Nando's Peri Peri Chicken, Chicho's, C5 Merchant Solutions, Moke American of Virginia Beach, North Landing Electric, and Big B Coffee. And we'll tell you more that partner up with us here at Cova Sports TV to bring you all the latest and greatest in the world of sports from the Commonwealth and beyond. And we will be watching the Atlanteans. Coach Young kick it off to the builders of the Apprentice School. The Apprentice School back with Grant Swanger at quarterback today. The Grassfield High School product from Chesapeake, Virginia, went out against Alfred State back on October 5th. They filled in with Eduardo Jr. Rios, quarterback from Warwick High and Newport News, but a lot of 7'5" area code flavor on this roster for Apprentice today. Yeah,
at my count, 24 757 kids. Some names you're going to hear remembering from the local high school days here. And the Apprentice School has 8 kids on their roster that are from out of state, so it's a real heavy Virginia flavor for Apprentice School. Kicking it off for the Atlanteans of Atlantis University. Looks like they're going to be setting it down with their quarterback you just referenced in Junley Deller before our break, the 6-foot tall
240-pounder, and he will be the one that does appear setting it down for the Atlanteans as they're ready to get this thing underway.
I think, Matt, we're going to see a lot of two-ways today because the Atlantis team, if I'm looking, it looks like they only have 27 kids dressed in uniform, which is a low number for football. So you got your quarterback kicking off, and I'm telling you, this guy is built like a linebacker, so he must enjoy hitting, and they got him on special teams.
So here we go with Deller kicking it off. It's going to be a little pooch kick, fielded at the 43-yard line. It's going to be bobbled by the Builders, but dove on by number 10, Emmanuel Patterson, the 5'9" sophomore defensive back of Stafford, Virginia, out of Colonial Forge High School. And they will start things off here at their own 40-yard line, does look like. They're going to set it down at the 40-yard line for the Apprentice School. I want to thank our entire team today. We've got Ethan Simon on camera today for us, as well as Jack Lowe on sideline, Chuck Thornton, Nick Senti, Garrett Jackson also helping us get aboard today as we bring you this action. The 2024 Neptune Bowl, the third one with the Apprentice School involved, and it'll be the Apprentice School starting off from their own 40-yard line. They've got a man jumping on the left side of the Atlantis defensive line, the right side of Apprentice, and it's going to be an encroachment 5-yard penalty, moving it up to the 45-yard line. Let's give you the two deep starting lineup here for the Apprentice School. Beginning with Grant Swinger at quarterback, the backfield featuring number 20, Ty Taylor. You also have, for the Apprentice School, their three receiver set, the X receiver being Xavier Hunter, number 3, the Y receiver being TK Petty, number 6, and the Z receiver being number 8, Josiah Beecham. We'll give the offensive lineman a moment here for the Apprentice School as it's 1st and 5 from their own 45. 3 receivers to the near side. Builders with the shotgun snap. Here's Swinger looking to his left. He's going to step up in the pocket, release it at the 40, high and over the head of his intended target, Josiah Beecham, and incomplete. But Beecham has been a big factor statistically this year, Coach Young, with the Builders alongside TK Petty. Those are the two main weapons for Swinger.
Yeah, you're going to look at wide receivers. Beecham is 38 catches, 680 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns, long threat. Petty, 34 receptions, 726 yards, 8 touchdowns. So long term, we go Beecham. Short, we go Petty.
So incomplete makes it 2nd down and 5. And there's a whistle again as we've got movement up front. That's going to be the second encroachment penalty on the Atlanteans, much to the dismay of Coach Joel Williams.
Yeah, I think we're seeing here, he got a good call. Snap count by Apprentice School that's drawing Atlantis. They're a little bit excited. They want to get in here and hit, which is what defense wants to do. They got a decent-sized line. They got quickness all over this squad. The other thing today is going to be interesting to see how long these two-way guys can last.
So back to the action now from the 50-yard line here. It's going to be a fresh set of downs at 1st and 10 for the Apprentice School. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Looks like a blitz is coming from the linebacker level for the defense of the Atlanteans. Swinger gets the snap, looks to his right. It's going to complete the pass. It's caught by Beecham to the right. He's going to get drilled right near the sideline by the defender, number 4, Corey Grant, the 2024 quarterback listed to play on offense, but also defensively today for the Atlanteans, and that'll make it a short gain and bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Builders as they go with a little more tempo. 3 receivers to the near side.
Again, it started off with great field possession for Apprentice on the squib kick, and then we've had 2 penalties, encroachment penalties on a defense to get the ball past 50-yard line.
Swinger completes that 2-yard pass. Now he drops back. He's going to look to the left. He rolls right into the pressure, and it's going to be a sack as the defense brings him down. Credit that sack by the defender, number 50, Adam Papantanakis, as the 5'11", 190-pound linebacker coming off the edge, able to do some damage on that play.
Well, we had a situation plane breaking down, and when Swagger went to rotate out, he rotated right into opposing defense, and that was, what we say, Papantanakis.
And it's going to be a loss of a chunk here back to the 40-yard line. It'll make it 3rd and 20 from their own 40 for the Builders as they'll go with a 4-receiver set. Trips to the left. Here's Swinger getting the snap. Pressure coming off the edge on the right side. He's going to throw it high and over the head of his intended target. Looks like he had in the slot there, Beecham, and the coverage was pretty solid for the Atlanteans to get them off the field here. Punting situation now for the Apprentice School.
Yeah, Apprentice School looked like they were going to be moving downfield a little bit with the help of Atlantis being offsides a couple times, but wasn't to be. That sack really hurt them on that one, and it tends to look like they want to try to go to the outside quicker. They're seeing something on hitting on these defensive backs to the outside, but that throw is a bit too long.
So back to punt it away for the Apprentice School. High snap, but fielding it and booting it away for the Apprentice School is Logan Eastman, the Fredericksburg product and sophomore, and it's going to be a drill tackle there on the return as that stop was made by number 19, Alkendrick Overton. You remember him quite a bit, Coach, from Nansemond River.
Nansemond River, young fella, energetic type kid, a very great personality, high character youngster from Nansemond River. I remember him, seeing him. He was never in my class. I was once teaching at Nansemond River, but I've seen him a lot. Good kid, and he was on that punt hard. The guy didn't have a chance to get it going, and great field position for Apprentice on the defensive side.
So A.K. Overton making the stop on Morgan for Atlantis University. Tony Morgan had nowhere to go on that return. So now we get our first look at the offense for Atlantis. There were a lot of inside and outside zones. 3 men in the backfield to go with the quarterback in Deller, who takes the fake handoff, and he will get drilled by multiple builders defensively there, including numbers 40 and 44 respectively for the Apprentice School. Chase Gannis in on that sack.
Yeah, obviously they had a full house backfield. Well, you don't see a whole lot. 3 running backs back there, and then they were going to send everybody out, and then Mr. Deller, the big fella, got trapped, and the Apprentice School brought everybody, and they got him.
So 2 defenders, Wilberto Sanchez along with Chase Gannis on that stop. Sanchez, linebacker, freshman from Woodside High in Newport News. 2nd and 14 now from the 16-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side for Deller. Claps the hands and now will hand it off to the left side of the line, getting just a minimal gain here for the run as we watch in on that stop, number 7 for the Apprentice School, that being Benny Nenna, a junior linebacker defensive back from Spring Lake, North Carolina.
We said earlier, Apprentice School takes a whole lot of pride in their defense. They have the 40, was it the 25 carat, 45 carat hat that they give on the sidelines for hits and defensive takeaways. So they're going to be all over the place in terms of their defense.
Just 1 yard on that, picked up maybe 2 for Cameron Thompson. Now 3rd and 12. Quick pass to the near side. It's going to be wrapped up right away, as that's going to be number 7 again for the Apprentice School, and Benny Nenna making that stop.
Outside pass by Atlantis, but again, right now, Apprentice in that first series, they were in the right place every single time.
So nowhere to go there for the Atlanteans on their opening possession. Quarterback for them is really built for Atlantis University, but you wonder if he has to scramble off and take off and run in this game, how effective they will be as they punt this one away on 4th and 16.
And we said earlier, 6 foot, he's listed 6 foot 240, which is an odd size for a quarterback. Got a great arm. I watched him in pre-game practice. He can really throw it, and I'm anxious to see if he'll ever take to run it. The key here for Atlantis, though, as you say, Matt, it looks like 26 total players dressed, so a whole lot of 2 ways.
And there's going to be a delay of game penalty that'll back up the Atlanteans 5 yards further, and we got a chance to catch up with Coach Vincent Brown of the Apprentice School during the week, and he spoke about special teams being that key element. Sometimes it gets forgotten about with the offense and defense getting attention. If they're able to block a punt here or get good field position for their second series, it can really do wonders for them here in this scoreless battle almost 5 minutes through. Punt is almost blocked, as you see coming off the edge there. Number 10, Emmanuel Patterson, was one of those players that goes out of bounds. And look at that punt only going to the 5-yard line.
That was known in golf as a shank hard left. That was great pressure by Apprentice on the rush. They didn't. I don't know if they got their hand on it or not. A little too far away to see it. But the punt went sideways. Great position again for Apprentice. What, 5-yard line? And they punted it out of the end zone.
So 1st and goal from the 5, set up in great business here after that punt.
It's a matter of just taking care of the ball. And again, this defensive line though for Atlantis, big, quick.
Left to right today on the offensive line, Hayden Moody, Brian Lucas, Alden Custer, Richard Phipps, and Austin Moore. Moore, the right tackle today from Palmyra. Handoff's going to go to the right side. A couple of defenders stopping him at about the 1.5 yard line. Colby Mess getting that run. He from Mechanicsville for the Builders.
Freshmen, you'll see a lot of freshmen from both sides. Atlantis has predominantly underclassmen. You're going to see a lot of freshmen name called because both teams are relying heavily on freshmen.
We'll see if they go back to Colby here as he's in the backfield after that gain to the 2 yard line. That negative 4 yard punt from Jacob McCarter. And this one's going to get blown up right away by the Atlantis University defense that's coming through unscathed to the ball handler, Tristan Ramsey, the 2024 linebacker, making a play for Atlantis University. This is a roster full of underclassmen all across the board. And right there, Ramsey made his presence felt here as it's now going to be 3rd down inside the 5. Now there's going to be a penalty. It looks like it's going to be offsides rather, so they'll replay the down from the 2 here.
Again, penalties right now hurting Atlantis.
Snap to Swanger, fakes the handoff to Meese, pumps to the right. 2 defenders come over to him, and he's going to go down at about the 15 yard line. One of those defenders getting to him in a hurry for Atlantis, going to be none other than Kevin Shaw. Right away.
Going to look like a sweep out to pass out on the right. They were strong on the right side. And again, Atlanta snuffed that out. Swagger had to come on back, and they got him.
Actually, that was Papa Tanakis as well as Tucker Minorino. Numbers a little difficult to see with the glare from the sun, so we apologize. Shaw not the one that made the sack there. So here it is, 3rd down and goal from the 15. Swinger looks to the left. Pass is going to go right through the hands of his intended target, and Xavier Hunter, the senior. So 4th down and goal from the 15, and decision time now for Coach Vincent Brown and company. Might be thinking about a field goal here.
Again, he had good protection that time. He put it almost on the numbers, went right through his hands. I think he might have taken his eyes off it because really, 2 steps he would have been in the end zone.
So lining up to kick this one for the Apprentice School be Logan Eastman, the place kicker and 5'8" sophomore from Fredericksburg, Virginia, Riverbend High School product.
Strong high school program, Riverbend.
This will be about a 33, 34 yard field goal. And Eastman's kick is going to be no good as he's unable to connect and give the Apprentice School the lead. So you get the ball inside the 5 after the negative yardage punt, and the Builders are unable to capitalize. If you're Coach Joel Williams in Atlantis University, you've got to be thrilled, Coach Jones,
absolutely,
for this and actually stay scoreless.
I mean, you're getting it on the 5 yard line. They hand it on a platter to you, and there was some breakdown on offense. The large yardage loss on 2nd down when they attempted to pass really hurt them. So good thing here is they still got them pinned back on the 20. Let's see what Apprentice School does on D.
So now back to work for the 2nd series. The Atlanteans have the football. 9:08 to go in our 1st quarter from the 20. 1 receiver to each side. They'll now motion a man, and there will be movement up front.
I think Apprentice jumped offside. Lineman anxious to get in there. They're in a 3-5 set. Something you don't see that very often. 3-5 set. Three linemen, 5 linebackers.
You're used to seeing sometimes the traditional 4-3 or a 3-3-5 set. They're actually going to call this movement false start on the offense. So
wow, okay.
It was not encroachment by the defense. Remember, the Atlanteans had 2 encroachment penalties on that 1st series that Apprentice had the football. So this will back up the Atlanteans 5 yards and put them back at their own 15, 1st and 15.
No, that's about their 6th penalty today when you combine offense, defense.
Not much in terms of offense in this one. We've got negative 26 yards in this game, and now another penalty as both teams have come out very sloppy offensively in this matchup.
I want to say movement again.
Delay a game.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a defensive penalty.
Penalized 5 yards for delay of game.
How often do you see a delay of game
on
the defense?
side?
Simulating
Yeah.
the snap was the call.
They threw that flag awful quick. I thought maybe we saw some movement on the offense because they've been a little jittery, but nope, that one goes to the Apprentice. Atlanta's taking timeout.
And a timeout will be called by Atlantis, and we'll take a quick timeout as well here. You're watching the Neptune Bowl 2024 edition here on Cova Sports TV. Now let's hear this from one of the sponsors here, Town Bank, and we'll be back with more here from the Sportsplex. Stay tuned.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Back here from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, it's the Neptune Bowl. Matt Hatfield here with you alongside Ed Young. A third member of our broadcast team is our sideline reporter, Jack Lowe, who is down on the sideline. Pretty cold out there, Jack, but pretty
What's
good action
going on,
as well.
Matt and Ed? Jack Lowe down here on the field, sideline reporting. A couple of false starts in a row here on the offense. What you might not be able to hear up there from the field cam is the defense is yelling motion right before all of the snaps. When a man goes in motion, the defense is yelling motion. Therefore, the offense kind of jumps off sides. That second time, they called delay of game. The referees telling the Apprentice School they can't do that. Those are your reasons for your false starts there. Jack Lowe.
Thank you, Jack, for that report, and he'll keep us up to date on any injuries or anything that happens on the field. And right now, the Apprentice School trying to get back the football after the opportunity, a golden one, Ed, that was right there inside the 5, yet we spoke about it during break there. Atlantis University just trying to find something positive. Both of these offenses, this will be 3 receivers to the right side. Handoff here, quick one, and the Apprentice School defensive front is ready for it, getting dropped for a minimal gain as the Atlanteans try to run it to the left. Just a yard or two is going to be picked up by the ball carrier, Keon Taylor, with multiple dark shirts getting to him.
Yeah, Atlanta's trying to really get something going. They've been stagnant on offense. A couple penalties have hurt them. Inside run there, trying to just see if they can open up some yardage.
2nd and 8, so that delay of game penalty by the defense, which is rarely seen. Handoff again to Taylor. He slips out of a tackle, but he's going to get dropped for just a few yards on the pickup. Stop there on that play was Benny Nina making a tackle, and he's been crucial all season long, Ed, for them defensively. You look at some of the main performers defensively. He's second on the team in total tackles with 46 behind Chase Gannis's 58, and a couple of sack artists to watch out for, Adonis Watson and Rashard Phipps. We'll give the starting lineup defensively here for Atlantis. Check that for Apprentice School in one moment after this third down and about 6-yard play from the 24. Here's another handoff off the middle. Was an option situation, but once again, the Apprentice School defense standing tall here as multiple defenders in that front 7 getting to the ball carrier, one of which right in there on that play was number 90, Darius Carney, the Virginia Beach native right here in his home city out of Kempsville High.
Yeah, as I said, that's one of 24 757 guys here on the Apprentice School, and another one making a difference out there, making a play. Atlantis really couldn't get anything going, and again, for Apprentice School being 500, they do play some pretty solid defense. They are where they need to be, so just got to generate something when they get the ball back, and we'll see in this upcoming series.
3-4 alignment, your nose tackle, Rashard Phipps. Defensive ends, Darius Carney and Adonis Watson. Your inside linebackers, Chase Guinness and Wilberto Sanchez. Outside linebackers, Jashawn Miller, Arrington, and Benny Nina. Strong safeties, Sincere Hawkins. Free safety, Jashawn Jackson. And your corners, Kamari Trueblood and Xavier Hunter. We've referenced Hunter a couple of instances in this ballgame already. And Trueblood, the local product, a sophomore out of Norfolk, Virginia, and playing for the living legend Hank Sawyer at Lake Taylor High School, as that punt will end up giving Apprentice School pretty good field position yet again, as some special teams situations have not gone in the favor of the visiting Atlanteans. This one going out of bounds, and it'll allow Apprentice School to start this third possession at the 32-yard line of the Atlanteans with 7:13 to go in our first quarter.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if the punter for Atlantis is their regular punter. They're missing a lot of players. As I said, I only count about 27 guys dressed, 26 guys dressed for Atlantis. So a lot of two-ways.
7-yarder, Ed, for McCarter after the negative 4-yard punt. Fake to throw, handoff, and there's some real estate. Green grass in front there for the ball carrier and one, Colby Meese. And that's a pickup of about 11 for a fresh set of downs, as he got some good running room and a nice job of selling it by Swinger as well.
Yeah, some good offensive opening holes. Prentice coming right back at him quick, no huddle.
Handoff back to Meeks, and he's going to be met right away from that defensive end, crashing down hard in the middle, and that's big number 88, Jonathan Clark, 6'5", 245 pounds, got a chance to catch up with Coach Vincent Brenner, and he spoke about some of these defensive players. Gerald Baker, another big body Ed at 6'4", 325 pounds to watch out for on that D-line.
Number 71, Michael Cartwright, 6'8", 315.
So here we go with 2nd and about 9, maybe a yard gain. Swinger over the middle. His pass is going to go off the fingertips. A very catchable ball for Beecham, who's been one of their main targets throughout the season, Ed, in terms of producing in the pass game. You look at both him and TK Petty, a duo that's combined for 72 receptions for 1,406 yards and 15 touchdowns on the year, but those are plays you got to make.
Yeah, anytime, in my opinion, anytime a ball hits a receiver's hand, you got to bring it down, and he wasn't really jammed by anybody. Again, might have just heard footsteps or took his eyes off the catch, getting ready to run before you actually had the ball.
So 3rd and about 9.5, we'll call it a long 9 or a short 10, however you dial it up here from the 21-yard line. Swinger looking to his right, steps up in the pocket, has a man open. Oh, almost a one-handed grab, but just overthrown for his target there in Beecham, and that's one where I think Swinger wants it back. Had he got rid of it right away when he pulled open, it could have been a TD.
Yeah, I think he had him again. Heavy rush. One thing about Atlanta, their linemen, maybe some big dudes out there, but they're quick off the snap, and they do get in the backfield. And I thought maybe he had him, but again, overthrow. Can't really jump that high. Field goal attempt.
4th down. Remember, they missed the one earlier in the half, and it was from about 32, 33 yards out. So here's Eastman again on to try the field goal. It's going to be a fake. Passes, right through the hands of Sterling Homer, the Kempsville High alum and sophomore.
Good call on the fake, because Atlantis was coming with everybody for the field goal. So I knew they were going to find somebody. If they were going to throw it, somebody would be open. But again, it went right through his hands. 3rd time a receiver's had an opportunity to catch it, and just hasn't.
So once again, Apprentice School with 2 chances inside the 25-yard line. They've come up empty on both occasions.
And we did talk about Swagger. I think you mentioned pregame. He's coming off injury.
Yeah, he's been out for a while the last few games. We thought Eduardo Rios might get the start. We'll see if Coach Vincent Brown does go to his bench, though, at some point. Deller gets the snap. And the big burly quarterback's going to get dropped right away, as one of those defenders to stop him was number 59, as you watch the replay there for Apprentice School. Rashard Phipps getting in on that stop for the Apprentice School on defense.
Great job by the defensive backfield Apprentice School. They had everybody blanketed, so he had nothing to do but to go ahead and try to run it.
And that was Eduardo Rios on that fake field goal pass to Sterling Homer. So we'll see if Rios does get a series here offensively after coming up empty. Their first 3 trips, -9 yards for Apprentice School. So far, -1 yards of offense for Atlantis University.
So we got you might as well say an equal ball game right now. Nobody is really moving the chains on the offensive side.
It's been a defensive grudge match in the early going.
Change the quarterback for Atlantis.
2nd down, here's the handoff. Trying to go up the gut with not much room to operate. Handoff to number 22, Keon Taylor. In on that stop was Chase Guinness, number 44 for the Apprentice School.
And off to Keon Taylor. Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10, Atlantis.
We got the number 4, Corey Grant, at quarterback now for Atlantis.
And with him in at quarterback, it's going to be a quick screen to the near side and a tackle right away, as dropped there was number 11, Kenwan Harris. We watch that replay. You see Harris as well as number 33 for the Apprentice School, Shane Ryman from Menchville High School in Newport News, coming in on that stop. And a short game. You do wonder if there's, we'll see if Jack may have a report on that, if perhaps an injury to the main trigger man for Atlantis University. So the change under center as Corey Grant's come in and Junlee Deller both combining right now for negative yards in the pass game, as Apprentice School's defense has been able to sniff out what they're trying to dial up. Another punting opportunity. Here is Deller, who's still in the game, so nothing serious, although he could have some type of situation that's preventing him from being able to throw the football forward.
I think watching Matt, I was looking on the sideline now, I just think Atlantis is trying to do something a little different, because that time they had Grant in the game on 4th down, but went direct snap to Deller, and then he tried a quick kick out of it. And once again, no real yardage on punter. I got to believe whoever the regular punter is, we don't have it on our depth chart, may not be here.
Well, and I say that because he got sacked for the loss of a yard on that 1st and 10 play, and then they went to Taylor. Grant came in, and from there you wonder if there was something that made them wonder about him being able to throw the football. It's up the middle. Apprentice School with its 3rd possession in Atlantis territory. It'll be a handoff to Meese, and he gains a few yards up to about the 30-yard line.
Apprentice School, again, no huddle, going quick.
3 receivers to the right trying to pick up the tempo. Swanger hands it back off to Meese. He slips, and he's going to be dropped there with a couple of defenders able to get to him, one of which was number 50, that being Adam Papatanakis.
Papatanakis has been involved in a lot of tackles today so far.
Really shedding those blockers quickly, as it's 3rd down again for the Apprentice School from the 30-yard line. They need 7 yards to move the sticks. Tight man-to-man coverage on the far side of the field, playing off on the near side. Here's Swanger. Throws it on the inside post. It's going to be caught for a completion. Now Kendrick Overton picking up some yardage. And that one a good completion, as you see over the middle. Overton getting it all the way up to about the 10-yard line before he's stopped by multiple defenders, which included Jeremiah Peterson. So the best play of the day offensively for either side, as threatening in the red zone are the Builders yet again.
Probably I would say right now, operating out of this shotgun, a little bit more time to look, because again, front line for Atlantis is quick. They're quick off the ball.
Swanger waiting for the snap in shotgun. 3 receivers to his far side. And they run it up to about the 7-yard line before the ball carrier is stopped. That's Marty Braxton on the run there from King William. Getting all the way up to the 7.
Number 22, Marty Braxton.
King William, another good high school football program, really known for offensive output. And they're still in the state playoffs this year.
Damon Claiborne, who's now at Wake Forest in the ACC. Here's another run. This time it's going to be Colby Meese slipping out of a tackle for a touchdown as Apprentice School gets on the board.
Good inside handoff, blocking on the right side. The rest Meese took care of the rest, getting the ball into the end zone.
Touchdown for the Builders as we watch it again there. That TD courtesy of Marty Braxton, as the Apprentice School is able to strike first in this contest and break the scoreless battle. So you keep giving a team opportunities in the red area, they will get it to pay off eventually, and the Apprentice School does on that rush.
And you know what? It's great to see him score first, because coming into this game, when the opponent scored first, Apprentice is 0-4, so that won't happen today. They will not score first. Apprentice gets the ball in the end zone.
Good nugget by you. I see you did your homework and research there.
Trying to do. I didn't do homework in school, so I've got to make sure I do it now.
And the PAT is good, so Logan Eastman makes it a 7-0 lead with 1:47 to go in the first quarter. The Apprentice School on the board in the Neptune Bowl against the visiting Atlanteans of Atlantis University. We'll step aside and come back with more after we hear a word from AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Marty Braxton's 7-yard touchdown run, giving the Apprentice School a 7-0 lead with 1:47 to go in this first period on the 23rd day of November, the year 2024. You're watching the 2024 Virginia Beach Neptune Bowl, presented by DoubleTree by Hilton with Ed Young. I'm Matt Hatfield, and that kickoff will land in the end zone for a touchback. So Atlantis will take over at their own 25-yard line with 1:47 to go in this opening period. What did you see that last series from the Apprentice School, Ed, as they seemed to get the running game on track with Braxton? They sort of blitzed off the one side, and it didn't pay off for the Atlantis defense.
No, I think Apprentice School picked it up quick. They got some inside handoffs, grind out a little bit by little. Than that last play, obviously, when he's getting in the end zone. A lot of it was on his run.
Back to throw. It's going to be intercepted at the 22-yard line by the big man, number 59, Rashard Phipps, as Apprentice School gets the play defensively. Phipps with the INT, and that errant throw paying off for the Apprentice School as they celebrate the game's first takeaway.
You love it when the linemen get interceptions, and that's exactly what happened with a big fella, Rashard Phipps, 6 foot, 250, out of Varina High School. Have we ever heard of Varina before? Out of Richmond. Another great high school program.
Pitched a shutout last night against Huguenot in the region playoffs.
They're still in it, and they're moving on. That was the first pass attempt, if I'm not mistaken, by Mr. Deller. A kind of a jump pass at the last second, and nobody there to catch it except the Apprentice School. But they're
technically his second, but it was the first one I think that was caught by the other team. That is, it's an INT. And now the Apprentice School is set up in great shape for a chance to build on this lead here. They are the builders from Newport News. Ty Taylor getting his first rush, stopped by Papatanakis, the Phoebus High product. Ty Taylor, who came in leading them in rushing on the season.
Taylor, 463 yards and 5 touchdowns. A man, go-to guy.
So Phipps' first INT of the year for the Apprentice defense, which came in generating a lot of takeaways. They had 9 INTs coming into this ball game. Waiting for the snap, his swinger, 3 receivers to the far side. It's going to be a handoff again, this time coming to the near side. It's Marty Braxton on the run, and he's going to get a couple of yards up to about the 9 before he is stopped.
Marty Braxton, again, King William product, King William, Virginia. Again, now looks like maybe Apprentice School a little bit more at ease with the running, trying to get hit those holes and then turn on the afterburners.
But mixing up Taylor, Braxton, and Meese on the runs. And this time not ready for the snap, his swinger. It's a fumble, hit him in the face area.
Well, we had a flag before. Now, whether it was blown dead, and we're going to get Atlanta's encroachment.
And the neutral zone for sure. We watched the replay of that.
If not contact, right.
And they will catch them as you spotted that, Ed. But a good job by Vincent Brown and his staff mixing up the ball carriers so far, as Meese, Braxton, and Taylor are combining for 9 rushes amongst those 3 for 34 yards. It might not seem like much, but they came in averaging about 2.8, 2.9 yards per carry, I think it was. They're getting over 3 yards a pop, which is always effective here. So it'll be 1st and 4 for the Apprentice School. Up the middle they go. Trying to nudge his way forward is Taylor, and there are multiple shirts able to bring him down. One of which is Tucker Manarino.
Again, we will inside handoff left side, but they ran right into the strength of that defense for Atlantis.
And there's a defender down for Atlantis University. We'll check on who that is in a moment, as the Medical staff will take a look at that defender for Atlantis, and the teams will head off the sideline. But so far, offensively now up to 33 yards for the Builders, as they're starting to find a little bit of success offensively.
Yeah, the big thing is the penalties on Atlantis is giving the Apprentice their most yardage of the game is through the penalty yardage from Atlantis. I don't know if it's maybe some guys in there that have not gotten a lot of time. The timing is off. They're jumping line. Apprentice School's doing a fantastic job with the cadence, and it's drawing them offside. So that's helping them get that yard. You take whatever you can get. Unfortunately, in this situation, we got a young man for Atlantis down.
We'll take a timeout since the first quarter's in the books. It's Apprentice School up 7-0 here, and you're watching the Neptune Bowl from the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D.
He's live and he's local. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM. Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in no phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
So we're back here for the second quarter from the Neptune Bowl. Matt Hatfield alongside Ed Young, Jack Lowe on sideline, Ethan Simon on camera inside the red area here from about the 1 yard line. It'll be second down and goal from the 1 after Tristan Ramey was helped off the field, the injured linebacker for Atlantis. Shotgun snap, handoff to Taylor. He goes to the left side, and he will plow his way into the end zone for a touchdown as the Apprentice School makes it a double-digit advantage, 13-0 here in this second period in the Neptune Bowl as the running game is starting to take over for the Builders.
Yeah, again, that off-tackle left side is working. Apparently, the Apprentice School, Coach Brown, his staff, trying to find out offensive coordinator Elton Brown, Hampton High graduate, UVA. They might find something where that off-tackle play's working.
Former Arizona Cardinals offensive lineman. He used to block for Kurt Warner not too long ago. And the PAT is good for Logan Eastman, so that's yard number 34 of the day for the Apprentice School, and touchdown number 2 as the Phoebus High product and Taylor gets in to go with Marty Braxton's 7-yard TD run. And let's take a timeout now and quickly hear from John's Tax Service.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
And JTS, a proud community supporter of local youth sports. They've been serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. Logan Eastman set to kick it off for the Apprentice School, up by 14 against Atlantis University. These two teams coming in at 5-5 overall. Thank you all for tuning in to Cova Sports TV on YouTube on this 23rd day of November with Ed Young. I'm Matt Hatfield. And the Apprentice School trying to get themselves a satisfying win for the second time in their third try playing in the Neptune Bowl. We told you earlier that they lost their first ever meeting in the Neptune Bowl to Randolph-Macon 35-3 before prevailing 38-28 over Bridgewater. And they ran for 312 yards in that game. And their quarterback surpassed 2,000 yards on the season that day in Mason Tatum, who once played for Stonebridge High School, and Mickey Thompson. This Apprentice School team coming off a loss its last time out, Ed, as Monroe beat them 40-0. But if you heard Coach Vincent Brown talk about it, his defense did generate some takeaways. They got chunk plays on offense, but they couldn't get them to pay off. Early in this game, they couldn't get it to pay off, but they've responded since then, those empty trips.
Right. Once they get settled down, they see what's working.
Here's the kickoff as it's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line by the Atlanteans. Running with it's going to be Jeremiah Peterson. Makes a guy miss up to the 40, 45. He's going to get knocked out of bounds close to midfield as Eventually stringing them out was Jaden Jackson, the Hampton native and Phoebus High product, as it'll be right around midfield where Peterson and the Atlanteans have maybe their best opportunity all day to get on the board.
Well, it's the most yardage they've gained, offense or returns. He could almost broke that on the sideline, but he got hemmed in at the last second and then got pushed out of bounds.
So Peterson up to the 45 on that return. 30-yard return, best field position of the day as they go with 3 receivers to the far side. Handoff, getting room to the right. And into Apprentice School territory, it's Keon Taylor.
Keon Taylor, good for 6 yards before he's up.
That'll be a gain of 6.
We're going quick no huddle again.
Picking up the tempo, and 2 linebackers are there to meet him at about the 47-yard line, as we have Chase Gaines and Jashawn Miller-Arrington stopping Taylor from making it a first down. It'll be 3rd and about 2. Massive left tackle blocking for Atlantis. We've got movement up front after the completion to Tony Morgan, who's going to get a first down and get stopped by Sincere Hawkins, but this one could be coming back.
Yeah, I got a feeling we had movement on the right side.
Well, I think number 71, the left side's got his hands up, Michael Cartwright. He's a massive fella at 6'8", 315. They're actually going to say it's on the defense. It's declined, 9-yard pickup. They'll decline the penalty up to the 40 as Atlantis has moved the sticks now. First downs have been hard to come by for their offense. Here they go up the middle with the run, and they'll get a short gain.
Of course, you know, Atlantis now coming into this, we send the pregame notes, known for their spread. They've got speed and quickness on the outside. But now looks like they're trying to establish that running game. And the Apprentice School, you could tell they respect the receivers. They got people out on them, and then they're in that 3-5 set.
2-yard pickup for Taylor. Gaines and Nina in on that stop. They run to the left side here, and not much for Deller. The keeper stopped by Nina again.
Gain of 2.
Again, fake handoff. Deller keeps it himself. Big fella would be more apropos on short yardage run. Again, big fella at 6'2", listed at 240. Might even be a hamburger over 240, but got him back there, and he'd be tough to take down.
How about Adonis Watson making his presence felt in the trenches? 3rd down now and 6. Pass to the near side. It's going to be complete. Probably short of the sticks, it looks like, as on that catch was number 4, Corey Grant, stopped by the defensive back, DeAndre Harley. Harley out of Waldorf, Maryland.
One of 8 non-Virginia products for the Apprentice School.
And he got a pretty good spot, but it's still going to be short. 4th and inches now coming up. And there's movement up front as the yellow hanky comes out to no shock.
Too many flags for me. Let's see. Unofficially, I have, that's going to be on Atlantis. Looks like movement.
We'll tell you, we have stats before that flag. 7 penalties in the game.
7 for Atlantis.
Now 6 for Atlantis, and it's going to be the 7th on them now.
Okay, 7 on. I had it in my head as 10, but I might have gotten a little crazy.
Indications were Atlanteans offsides. Penalties decline.
Penalties decline, so the ball goes over to the Apprentice School with a 14-point lead as they get the stop. So Atlantis' best drive of the day ends with nothing to show for it, and the Builders have the lead. Some high fives along the sideline, including Benny Nina getting the high fives, and Kamari Trueblood, this whole defensive group, Adonis Watson, have to feel extremely good about where things stand, bottling up the visiting Atlanteans offensively thus far.
Again, you got a, 14-point lead, 14-0. You breathe it a little easier. You can do some more things. Mistakes don't quite hurt you as much as if it's a tie or you're from behind.
1st and 10 now from the 31-yard line. It'll be for the Apprentice School.
We have timeout here, or looked like they were getting ready to hike, and all of a sudden Atlanta's changed their entire defense.
Well, I think they're huddling up to see, did he get the first down? Because we're now looking like they're changing.
The ball going back to Atlanta's. Is that what we're seeing?
If you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, at first the referee signaled on the penalty declined by Apprentice.
I think they're accepting it because it would have been enough for the first down, is what they're saying.
Okay, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, confusion on the field due to offside offense is an automatic 5-yard penalty. Atlanteans retry 4th down.
Okay, so they'll keep it. It's not a decline type penalty. It's automatic 5-yard back. You'll keep it, and we'll go 4th down. Had they accepted it 4th down, they wouldn't have got the first down. It would have went to the Apprentice School.
While we have a quick timeout, let's also bring back in our sideline reporter, Jack Lowe here, who will give us an update on Tristan Ramsey. What do you have, Jack? Hold on, we bring Jack in now. Jack,
hey, Matt. Yeah, Tristan Ramsey went down last drive for Atlantis University. I just talked with him and the coach. It sounds like he is good. It's something to do with his lower right leg. He kind of twisted it a little bit, but it sounds like he's good to go. He did some stretching on the sideline. He's ready to go back in next drive.
All right, appreciate that, as he's one of the key defenders for Atlantis University. Jack with the update there. So we'll see if the Apprentice School can take advantage with this 14-0 lead here, Ed, but in Atlantis' situation, they're going to have to create a turnover themselves to get back in and give their offense good field position, because Apprentice School has pretty much dominated the field positioning battle in a big, big way. The yardage is not that pretty for either side, but they've had many more opportunities inside the 30 of the opponent than Atlantis, which has yet to get inside the red area of the Builders.
And the key, too, the big statistic you got to look at is those 14 points for the Apprentice School. And I see 0 for Atlantis. So, obviously, they're going to have an opportunity.
3rd down for both teams. Atlantis 1 of 5 thus far. Apprentice 1 of 4. Both teams also unsuccessful on 4th down. I think with this being the last game, both trying to finish up 6 and 5. They let it all hang out. Let your hair down and go for it a lot of times on 4th down if it's not above 5-10 yards, if you will.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I don't think anything on the line for either team at their level in terms of moving on into playoff situations. So you can gamble and see what you can do.
Time of possession 8:25 to 6:53. In advantage of the Apprentice School thus far, and they've run 5 more plays than Atlantis, which is now looking at a 4th and 6 from the 36. And they've got 3 receivers stacked to the far side.
That's an odd look. A lot of times you go to that middle receiver.
See if the quarterback, Deller, who's back in, taking the snaps. We wondered about him earlier when he got that 1 sack. Would he operate and continue to do so, throwing the football? They hand it off up the middle, rolling to the left, and getting a first down and more. It's going to be the ball carrier, Cameron Thompson, for Atlantis, as they get a big chunk of yardage on that run.
Best play of the day for them, where they got more yardage on that play than all the other plays put together. Everybody thought pass, pass, pass. I thought pass, 5 receivers out, hand it to the one guy in the backfield, and he got a good yardage.
So Taylor able to move the sticks for Atlantis, and that's a big change in this ball game as he gets 15.
We got another flag. I think we got some more false action by just a little too quick. I got excited on that play. And they're ready to go for that next one.
It's the 8th infraction of the day, Ed, and now they're back to the 26. And if you have a couple more of these and the series bogs down, you wonder if they'll try a field goal or go for it on 4th down potentially. Should we get to that situation?
I would say would go for it. Both teams going out of huddle. What happens when you go out of huddle? Sometimes you rush a little bit, and they're anxious to get going. Look for a pass on this situation.
So now facing 1st and 15, they're going to go up the middle. They say, pass, what are you talking about? Up the gut.
I thought, from what I saw in the setup, I thought would be fake the handoff, come out to roll a little bit, but nope. They're going to give it to him, try to chip away that way.
Thompson gets about 3. Rashard Phipps, who had that INT earlier, the Richmond native from Verona High School, holding him to a short game, and he's had a heck of a half here in this one defensively. He'd be up for player of the game if you're asking me thus far, because Nina's got the 5 total tackles, but certainly Phipps with a couple of stops, and that pick instrumental, as this play on second down won't get much at all for Atlantis as they go back to Thompson, and the Apprentice defense is ready.
Yeah, again, they're unlike the Apprentice when they're running off that tackle. Other than the one play, Atlantis not really getting much there. The Apprentice School is right there. But again, you could tell Apprentice School looks like they're gearing for pass play, but it's more run.
Phipps in on that stop of a 1-yard pickup for Thompson. 3rd and 12 now, coming up from the 23. 3 receivers again to the right side. Looking left, it's going to be the quarterback in Deller. He goes up top. Can't connect with his intended target, and Corey Grant with the coverage supplied by DeAndre Harley, the freshman, Ed, who has done a pretty nice job in the secondary. When we looked at the 2 deep, he was the backup corner to Trueblood, and he's really stepping up when they go in his direction.
Yeah, great defensive coverage on that play. Young fellow Deller lofted the ball pretty nice, but just a little bit too far out of reach. But it would have had to have been a perfect drop because he was covered hard.
Look at all the freshmen on the Apprentice School roster that have contributed and will be certainly components to the future as they build under 4th-year head coach Vincent Brown.
And you got to remember, too, the Apprentice School, the thing about Apprentice School is a lot of these kids have 40-hour week jobs.
Correct.
Besides classroom and football.
Pass on 4th down is going to go over the head of the intended target and get intercepted by the Apprentice School defensive back from Lake Taylor High in Norfolk, Kamari Trueblood, as they get their 2nd takeaway of the half. Rashard Phipps had an INT earlier, and now Trueblood able to get another one for the Builders.
Yeah, again, overthrown as a passing situation. Trueblood in the right area. Caught it just before it hit ground. So, and that's a kid, you're coming from a program that's known for their defense. So, it's no surprise.
Now, there is a flag on the play, and it looks like they're calling an unsportsmanlike on the defense.
Penalty is against Kamari Trueblood. Unsportsmanlike conduct for taunting.
So a taunting penalty will back them up closer inside their own 10. It does not wipe away the INT, but it puts their offense in a little more of a bind inside their own 5 now, as he celebrated that takeaway just a bit too much to the officials' liking.
That was after the catch, so had something to say. Again, you don't need to.
I'm not sure if that's the same crew that did the Region 5A semifinals down the street here. Do you know? I'll leave that alone.
We don't want to get into all that.
I'll leave that alone. But
we don't want to get into that.
There we go, from the 5-yard line. I left it vague. The pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Adam Papatanakis, as Swinger cannot complete it to the near side.
This Papatanakis kid, they list him at 5'11", 190. He is as
I don't
aggressive.
think that's right, by the way.
He's aggressive and quick on this defense, and right now he is the standout on offense defense for this Atlantis team.
If he's 5'11", 190, I've shrunk.
Yeah, he looks a little bit bigger than that, but he is quick on the D.
2nd down and 10 from the 4. Grant Swinger operating the offense today. 2 of 8 for 22 yards through the air. Swinger hands it off. Colby Meese cuts back, gets away from a tackler. Now running towards the 25 and gets pushed out of bounds. Nice pickup for Colby Meese.
Great run. Anytime you get an inside run like that, on that off-tackle run, you follow your blockers. Once you get past your blockers, the rest is on you. Great hesitation step, got him to the outside. And if he had a little bit more breakaway speed, that could have been maybe to the house, but great yardage.
So following the incompletion from Swinger, we've got another penalty, by the way. Colby Meese able to move the chains for the offense up near the 30-yard line, and a false start will back them up 5 more after the 22-yard gain from Meese.
I'm noticing these illegal procedure moves are coming after you, sometimes right after big plays. And again, if you when you go no huddle, guys get a little excited, want to hurry up and get that play going.
From the 21-yard line now. Check that 1st and 15. New man in at quarterback, as it is. No, it's still at Swinger, excuse me, beg your pardon. A handoff here on a little draw, and it's going to be Meese plowing ahead up to the 30-yard line as he's able to keep the ground attack moving forward against this Atlantis defense rather effectively, and that turns it into a 2nd and about 5 for the Builders.
Swagger went quick handoff, fake to the left, spun around to the right, then handoff. Kind of confused Atlantis.
Prentice and Atlantis, each members of the USCAA and the New South Atlantic Conference for men's basketball and baseball. The conference has announced the addition of football to the sport offering starting in 2025. Here to the near side, it's going to be connected with Josiah Beecham. His trade is pipe lifting, and the Norcross, Georgia product able to get in the stat column on that reception.
Norcross, another great high school program, but this time from the state of Georgia, not Virginia.
Beecham coming into this one with 38 grabs for 680 yards and 7 TDs. 3rd and short, and Apprentice School will move the chains effectively behind that interior offensive line. I know you love shouting out those guys blocking from guard to guard, and we're talking about the likes of Brian Lucas at left guard, Alden Custer at center, and Rashard Phipps doing double duty today at right guard and also playing on the defensive line.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job on both. He had the interception earlier.
So it's Meese for 9, Swinger to Beecham for 5 through the air, and Marty Braxton picking up that first down with a gain of 4 before Gerald Baker halts him from the 39-yard line now. Builders handing it off, up the gut, nowhere to go for the ball carrier and Marty Braxton, as there are 2 Atlantis defenders halting him.
Yeah, I think, again, we had Mr. Papatanakis in there, and I think he is down.
And there is an injured player who's in a lot of pain right now for Atlantis, and I believe you're right, Coach Young. It looks like it is Papatanakis.
Boy, that'd be a shame. I hope it's nothing serious, because this kid has been a joy to watch on the defense. Very active, energetic. He's almost on every tackle. He's wherever the ball's at. Let's just hope it's a cramp or nothing real serious.
Both he and Gerald Baker really keying that defensive effort for Coach Joel Williams and the visiting Atlanteans of Atlantis University. So while we have a moment, we'll step aside with Papatanakis being checked on here. You're watching the 2024 Neptune Bowl from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex on Cova Sports TV. Our game brought to you by none other than DoubleTree by Hilton. And we also will take a timeout and quickly hear from Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
So Adam Papatanakis, the 2024 linebacker defensive line hybrid, 5'11", 190, is helped off the field. You think it's just nothing more than a cramp from what you saw there?
It looked like when he jumped out, he went off the field on his own power. I think it was cramp. Again, he's very active on defense. He's all over the place, so I can see that.
41-yard line now, 2nd down for Swinger and the Apprentice School offense. He goes up top, and just a miscommunication with Grant and his intended receiver, Josiah Beecham. And Beecham today has been a part of the game plan, as you would expect, both him and TK Petty in the passing attack. Petty yet to catch one, 2 grabs for 7 yards for Beecham, 1 for 20 yards by Al Kendrick Overton. And that was really the spark play, Ed, as we watched 3rd down and about 8 for the Builders. That Overton reception that gave the offense some life when things were really clunky for both attacks. Now we've got movement again up front, and I think it's going to be a false start, although the Apprentice offense is pointing on the defense.
They're going to call offsides first.
Neutral zone. Well, a couple defensive linemen are pointing, and let's see who had the movement first. And it is going to be encroachment. You're right. So this will make it a 3rd and about 3. As a lot of self-inflicted wounds by the visiting Atlanteans from Miami, Florida, making this probably a 2-down situation for Vincent Brown, Elton Brown, and the Apprentice School staff here, as they're thinking about maybe using that running game more here. You could take a shot on 3rd and about 3 here.
Yeah, when you're up like this, ground game is what you want to do to run that clock. But I'm going to tell you something. I got a feel they're going to bust one wide on one of these outside plays and catch Atlantis a little off guard. I don't know when, but I think it's going to come.
Trips left from the 46. Swinger gets the shotgun snap. Steps up in the pocket. Throws one deep down the field. Here's that shot, and it's going to be incomplete. No flag, as the coverage on that one, supplied by Jeremiah Peterson, and TK Petty couldn't quite get to it in time.
Underthrown. That's why you saw no flag. A lot of contact, but it was underthrown, and that's a good no call.
These two receivers, Petty and Beecham, that are such a part of the offense, feels like Petty's the more vertical guy and Beecham the possession guy, closer to underneath routes.
Exactly. I think you called it just right on there with the end. And I think Petty's been quiet, but I think you're going to you're going to see Petty catch a big one soon enough.
A couple of fly routes and shots down the field as they are keeping the offense on the field for 4th down and 3. I thought this might be more of a tighter formation. High snap. They will hand it off nonetheless. There's a flag, though, as this could bring back the 1st down run and more for Colby Meese, who gets knocked out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at the 28. Let's see what the flag is, as there is a marker. It's going to be encroachment again, so the penalty will be declined. And what a run for Colby Meese and the Builders as they're back in business. Yet there's another defender down for the Atlanteans, and it's number 25, Cameron Thompson, who goes both ways, playing a key role on offense.
That's what I'm beginning to see. I think it's a cramp again. Just looking at how the players, what he grabs out, and I just think it's another cramp where you're playing a lot on both sides. You're playing a lot of minutes and special teams. A lot of these guys, Matt, are playing all 3 ways.
Well, while he's getting checked on, it gives us a second as well to hear from Vault Athletics and Fitness. The Vault Fitness facility is Hampton Roads' 13,000 square foot facility located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach, where they specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Vault Athletics and Fitness. So after Thompson goes off the field, the Builders from the apprentice school are back to work on offense. Good run for Colby Meese that picks up 26 yards, and now Grant Swinger trying to give them a big passing chunk through the air. That's going to be out of bounds, incomplete, trying to make the one-handed INT out of bounds that would not stand. Coriana Harris, the 2024 free safety for the Atlanteans. And we've seen a couple players get cramped up here, Ed, and some of that could be coming up from the Sunshine State, used to the warmer temperatures. It's been mighty cold here in Tidewater the last few days.
That would be part of it. I'm going to guess this team got in yesterday more than likely. I don't know if they would have traveled all day to come from Miami up here and play the same day. I could see why he'd be cramped on that bus. But let's see Swagger on this turn and get hit one of these long passes.
5:55 to go in the first half. Running to the left, it's going to be Colby Meese. He gets inside the 20, down at about the 18, 17-yard line when he's tripped up. Another quality run for the apprentice school attack, as it'll be Meese getting them in the red zone with an opportunity to add to their 14-point lead. He's shown a couple of different runs, the cutback, the run to the right, also coming back left, and they have 2 other backs to keep him fresh. Ty Taylor in there now as the single back to go with Swinger, 3 receivers to the near side.
Yeah, again, off tackle left is what's been working.
Corey Grant stops Meese after an 11-yard run. This time it's going to be Taylor for a gain of about a yard or 2 as he is stopped. Big number 99, and on your picture, that's Gerald Baker, 6'4", 325 pounds. We've been shouting out Papatanakis, but Baker seems to be in on every other play coming up defensively as well.
One of the oldsters on the squad, he's a junior, has done very well for them, and had went out earlier too, I think was on cramps.
So what a day this has been at the Plex here inside the 20. Apprentice school going to the air, and it's going to be a touchdown pass caught. No, it's going to be dropped at the last moment. Thought he pulled it in. Let's watch the replay again here.
Yeah, I got to see replay on this.
Looks like he didn't hold on to it as he hit the ground. He almost had it as we'll watch it one more time here. Came mighty, mighty close.
Yeah, it bobbled it. And we have another
player down, and it looks like it's a defender for Atlantis. But that was a great chance. You've been calling it, Coach, that you would see a chance for maybe Petty down the field, but this time I think they were not focused in on that pass pattern, and nearly a TD Eduardo Rios, known for his ability to throw the ball, using him at wide receiver some, so getting creative with the offense, Coach Brown and his staff.
Yeah, it looks like the Prentice School has kids that can go both ways too. Now they've got a bigger roster than the Atlanta, so you don't see the Prentice School kids cramping up as much as now almost every other play you see a Atlanta's kid cramping up. And again, going both ways, you're playing on turf, which is a little different than on grass. I believe, I have no statistics to back me up, that you get a little bit more cramping on turf fields than you do grass field. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But again, I still think, even though they're up 14-0, I still see Apprentice School getting one of these long passes completed for a TD. And if these guys keep cramping up on the Atlanta side, it would be definitely going to happen coming up.
You see a look from our sideline with Jack Lowe there. We'll take a quick timeout for a second to hear from Dairy Queen. Every day is great when you're getting those Blizzard treats. Grill and chill with Dairy Queen.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Happy does taste good. Ed Young's happy, so am I. Matt Hatfield here with you from the Plex. 3rd down and 9 from the 16-yard line. Apprentice School up by 14. Shotgun snap to Swinger. He looks to his right. Pass is going to be almost overthrown for one receiver and hauled in by another, but the coverage was there. Eduardo Rios could not haul it in.
Again, with that slant wide right, 2 receivers kind of in the area. Maybe a little confusion as to who we're going to.
Corian Harris doing a pretty solid job in coverage there on the back end, playing that free safety role as they're making it hard to kind of just shutting down some of those windows, those passing areas for them to thread the needle. And now it's going to be a field goal try from about 33, 34 yards again here for Logan Eastman. He's missed one today but made 2 extra points. Eastman, the Fredericksburg native and sophomore, and we got a whistle before he can get the kickoff. Snapping the hold so essential, it'll be a timeout by the offense here with 4:41 to go in our first half. It's the first timeout for the Apprentice School. The visiting Atlanteans have used 2 of their timeouts. So we will step aside here and hear from another sponsor, and that being Town Bank.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Out of the timeout, Logan Eastman's ready to get this kickoff. It'll be Rios getting the snap from the center. Snap down, holds down, kick. And there's a flag on the play. Field goal is going to be, well, I don't think it's going to matter because we've got a whistle from the back judge even on that kick.
And Matt, this will be a too many men on the field.
Too many men on the field. Thank you, Jack, as that penalty is going to be on the defense decline, so they will actually say the field goal is good. Now, what was surprising on that, Jack, you're down there, I didn't see the referees right in front of you. I didn't see them give a signal that the kick was good or not, but it was successful, correct?
Yes, the kick was good. The right back judge said it was good. The left back judge didn't give a signal.
Okay, there you go. So there you go, right on the spot there, Jack. Thank you for giving us the clarification on that. So the field goal is good. Usually you'll get the signal, and then you'll get the word.
They'll say whether it's good or not. You're right. You're right on that.
But that's good news for the Apprentice School because with that field goal, their lead increases to 17 points over the Atlanteans. And we'll keep it right here for the kickoff from Logan Eastman. So his 33-yard field goal following up the touchdowns from 7 yards by Marty Braxton and 1 yard by Ty Taylor. And this is going to take a couple of hops. It's going to be filtered out about the 6-yard line. Stiff arm by the return man, who then gets brought down inside the 15. Taking that kickoff was Tony Morgan, 5'8". Kind of got undercut there at the end of that.
Yeah, had to go back. The kick went deep into the pocket of Atlanta's side. So he was operating from already seeing the apprentice kids already down there. He was not going to go very far.
Tell you what, Apprentice School got off to a sloppy start, much like Atlantis, but they've been playing a lot crisper here. Much fewer in terms of penalties, and the execution's been probably to Coach Brown's liking.
Yeah, once that ball got in the end zone on that first touchdown, you could see a big difference happening where Apprentice School has settled down, and I don't think Atlantis has really got off. We've got an interesting setup right now for Atlantis. 4 wide left.
They've got double
stack, and we run it.
Handoff, trying to get to the right side with not much room. Keon Taylor running behind those big bodies in the trenches. You see Michael Cartwright on your screen, 6'8", 315 pounds, wearing 71. You got Kyrie Stubbs, 77, 6'7", 305 pounds. Ed Young would not be in great company if he was in a dark alley between those two guys.
No, I would be a little small compared to them dudes. You put me with their running backs, I'd be a little on big side. I'm interested in this double stack wide, and they don't go to it. They just keep running the ball.
Up the middle, but this time it's going to be a first down and up the gut. Picking up the first down is Corey Grant for Atlantis. Jashawn Miller-Arrington, the Kempsville High grad, making the tackle. So a 4-yard run from Thompson, and now they go to Grant, and it's enough to move the chains, and they're going with more pace here offensively, but this time the Apprentice School defense bites down well behind number 44 as Chase Gaines halts
They set
Grant.
up 3 straight times, Matt, in the exact same offensive formation, and you could tell on the second and third time, you could tell it was going to definitely be a run.
You would think on the third one they might try something different off it, maybe a fake, and then hit a screen.
Yeah, I feel that they just feel they can get the yardage. They're bringing everybody over, try to see if they can dent that line.
The hefty QB, Deller, throws it to the near side, complete, and it's going to be Jaden Jackson tackling the receiver out of bounds with that short gain, Tony Morgan.
Jaden Jackson, we're looking at a freshman from Hampton Phoebus High School.
Yeah, Jackson and Taylor teammates on those Phantoms teams that have now become storied under Coach Jeremy Blunt, who has done quite a job over there at Phoebus High, leading them to 3 consecutive state championships.
And we have another Atlantis injury timeout, cramping.
It's going to be number 1, Tony Morgan, it does appear, who's actually holding his hand, in fact. He's actually holding Ed. It looks like it's something with his left arm and hand, rather. And he's going to be helped up the field, and he is helped up.
Hey guys, I have an update on quarterback Jeremiah Patterson for Atlantis University.
Oh, we got another guy down on cramps.
All right, Jack Lowe's got an update for us on, is that Jeremiah Patterson you said for the Atlantis University?
Yes, cornerback for Atlantis University, Jeremiah Patterson, came out a couple possessions ago. He said he hyperextended his right knee, and he is questionable to return.
All right, so thank you, Jack, for that report. And more players getting dinged up for Atlantis. You wonder about their depth, if they will be able to sustain some of these drives they're trying to piece together. And they have not run to the left side as much behind the guy that's blocking out the sun, the 6'8", 315-pounder at tackle in Cartwright.
You're right. They're going more inside, more off of his right side. And again, team known for its passing has set up some passing formations, but they're going more to the run.
And with those run plays, a lot of inside-outside zone action, and it's going to be another whistle here before the third down snap from the 34-yard line, and it's going to be our 2-minute timeout. So with the 2-minute warning, we will take another timeout and hear from some of those that help make this broadcast possible. You're watching your home for everything sports, high school, local, college, pro. We have you covered on Cova Sports TV.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections. that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
Back here after the 2-minute warning, it's going to be a quick completion to the far side for Atlantis, and that one's going to be caught by their wide receiver number 9, Joseph Simpson, as they connect to get closer to midfield. That one inside to the 42-yard line. And the Atlanteans have a first down, Ed, for just the 4th time in this ballgame.
Right, as we were expecting to see the passing plays, and here comes another one.
Going deep down the field and laying out to try to get the interception was Jane Jackson, but that one overthrown by Deller. So the quick completion out of the 2-minute warning is able to yield 8 yards with Joseph Simpson. Stopped by Trevon Ball. Ball, a freshman from Tappahannock, Virginia in Essex County. Previously played at Ferrum. Not a lot of transfers on this roster for Apprentice School. They got a couple from Ferrum, Christopher Newport, 2 transfers there. Lindsey Wilson as well as Concord, but a lot of homegrown talent as you've documented for Vincent Brown and his staff. 2nd down and 10 now from the 41-yard line. Check that 42-yard line. It's going to be an incomplete pass out of bounds to the far side around the Atlantis sideline. So 3rd and 10 coming up here. It feels like the pass play is coming for the Atlanteans yet again.
Yeah, that time, the play before is a little bit overthrown. That one's slightly underthrown. And, they've been successful running the ball. As we said earlier, they're known for passing. They're spread speed receivers out wide. They kind of draw a lot of people, then they try to run it up the middle.
So here it is, running to his right. Stepping up in the pocket. Ball's loose as Deller puts it on the ground. On the turf, he's able to get back to it, and a fumble. It will stay with Atlantis, but 4th down coming up, and I think a little bit of indecision there from the QB, Junley Deller, puts them in a bind, and now a timeout by Apprentice School on defense. They've saved those timeouts, and this is why they want to get the football back and add to the 17-point lead.
Yeah, situation there, Deller wanted to throw, nothing was open, started running. He still had throw in mind. Ball was cocked back in his hand. Before he could tuck it, they hit him, and then it almost looked like he was passing to himself, but he fell on the ball, so 4th down for him.
We'll come back after the timeout right here on Cova Sports TV. It's the Neptune Bowl.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
All right, out of the timeout, it'll be the Apprentice School getting the football back after the punt. Neptune Bowl here, 2024 edition. The Apprentice School is 1-1 all time in this event, and we will watch the Atlanteans punt this football away. Back to boot this one away. It looks like we've got Corey Grant.
This might be our 3rd kicker of the day for Atlantis. I got to believe the regular punter's not here.
Well, and to your point, a 7-yard punt and a negative 4-yard punt for Jacob McCarter. And Deller's had 1 punt, and this one's going to get...
And this is no punt. It was a
blown
drop.
up.
Yeah, drop the snap. That was it, because Apprentice was there quickly.
Trevon Ball able to stop him, and a turnover on downs. And you wonder about the depth of fatigue, Ed, of this Atlantis squad, because having players go both ways, really 3 facets of the game, including special teams, it feels like they're running on fumes in a lot of respects.
Yeah. There's a number of kids that have not come off the field, offensive, defensive, special teams. and you're losing. It takes a toll. When you're winning, it's not as bad, but when you're down, it makes it a little tougher. But, helmets off to them. They're still in there digging in.
So the 33-yard field goal from Logan Eastman to go with the 2 touchdown runs, a 1-yarder from Ty Tiller and a 7-yarder from Marty Braxton. This pass is going to be incomplete for the Apprentice School offense with Grant Swanger back in the lineup today. Coming into this one, Grant Swanger on the season for the Apprentice School, 14 touchdowns versus 8 interceptions, 55.37% completion rate, 1,086 yards. The Grassfield High alum, Eduardo Rios, has gotten some snaps back there. Logan Coleman, Alkendrick Overton as well. Overton making that 20-yard catch today, and now they're inside the 35 at the 33 for 2nd and 10 with 1:06 to go in our half. Back to throw with Swanger. Looking near side, he's got a receiver in one-on-one coverage and coming back to the football to haul it in inside the 5 at about they'll mark him at the 3-yard line. That's going to be Eduardo Rios, the young man who once played QB, now catching the football from the Warwick Raiders via the Grassfield Grizzlies. Apprentice School inside the 5.
I told you, watch for it. It's going to happen. And there it was. Along that sideline, it's just been overthrown people.
Fakes the handoff, and Swanger's going to dive into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great call. Great call. Fake the handoff. Nobody on that left side. Kept it. He saw that hole, and he dove right through it.
Grant Swanger with the TD keeper, and the Apprentice School is on the board again. 23-point lead and a chance to make it 24. 3 rushing touchdowns in this first half as they are dominating things at this juncture against the visiting Atlanteans of Atlantis University. Statistically now with an edge of literally 147 yards to 56 for the Atlanteans, and the extra point is tacked on by Logan Eastman to make it a 24-0 lead in favor of the Apprentice School.
Yeah, good series that time for Apprentice School. Mixed up the passing with the running. That long bomb got him down right to the 3-yard line. And again, what I've been noticing, that pass is open. It's just a matter they've overthrown, a couple underthrows that time. It was a little bit underthrown, but he came back and got it. Rios came back and got that pass. So great series for Apprentice School.
30-yard catch by Rios. They had a 20-yard reception with Overton earlier in the half, and right now the longest play from scrimmage for the Atlanteans, a 15-yard run from Cameron Thompson, who came off the field earlier in the quarter. Might have been cramping up. And kicking it away will be Logan Eastman here. A couple of interceptions today, one by Trueblood and one by Phipps for the Apprentice defense as Eastman boots it away. It's going to be fielded at about the 12, 13-yard line for Atlantis, trying to weave his way through, but running into red shirts. Atlantis' return man on that play, none other than number 1, Tony Morgan, who's a bit frustrated as we watch him run to the sideline, and you can understand why. It's just been one of those kind of days for the visiting Atlanteans in all 3 phases. The punting game has hurt them, giving Apprentice School great field position. The defense now having a hard time stopping both the mix of run and pass for Apprentice, and offensively, they've not really strung together 3 or 4 or 5 positive plays in a row.
Right, and they're wearing them down, and you got a lot of kids, because we've been talking about all day, going both ways. And when you are behind in the scoreboard, it feels worse. And that's kind of what Apprentice School is taking advantage, because Apprentice School, Atlantis is also running no huddles, but it doesn't affect Apprentice School like it does Atlantis.
So now we watch Atlantis.
Double wide on both of these, probably inside handoff, or are we going to the air?
Deller tries to strike here before the half. He's going down the far sideline, incomplete. Just off the mark for his intended receiver there in Joseph Simpson. The coverage on the play by Jarrell Burse of the Apprentice School. Burse, another local product from Virginia Beach, Virginia's Tallwood High.
Tell you what, Deller's got a nice arm on him. He can loft the ball. He's got some touch on it. Just at times he overthrows, or sometimes when that Apprentice defense right in his face, he underthrows him.
6 completions on the day. This time it'll be a run, and 2 defenders are there to halt the ball carrier. Right away, being dropped was Keon Taylor. And in on that play, the Apprentice defense immediately making the stop. Wilberto Sanchez, who wears number 40 today, usually wears number 54 on the initial roster sheet, making that stop. He's got a couple of tackles today. Leading tackler is Chase Gaines with 6. Benny Nina and Darius Carney with 5 apiece. And Sincere Sawkins, he has 4 total tackles for the Apprentice School. We'll take a quick timeout as they have one on the field here with 18 seconds to go in our first half as we get close to halftime here on Cova Sports TV.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Coach Young might go get that meal deal at DQ. But right now, we've got second quarter action finishing up here before halftime. Little fake left back right on the handoff, getting close to the 50, spinning away from a defender is Cameron Thompson. He's back and looking fresh here as he gets a gain all the way up to the 49-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 20. And with 10 ticks to go, it gives him a chance for one of those Hail Mary heaves into the end zone. We'll see if Deller can pull his best Jane Daniels now, right?
That's right.
And they'll use that timeout with 5 seconds to go. Surprised they didn't try to spike it, though, and save the timeout. Maybe get one of those completions to get a little closer.
Maybe one,
and then he's
yeah.
one, yeah.
But again, their execution has been a little shoddy today, so maybe they didn't want to take that chance.
It's their third and final timeout, and it's our last timeout before halftime as well. We'll come back in just a moment.
It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D.
He's live and he's local. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Whether your child competes as part of a football team, likes to ride a bike, or is on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary team at the CHKD Sports Medicine Program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric and college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine. And as the first half comes to a close, it's Deller getting sacked, and you see the little ball and move from the defensive standout for Apprentice School on that play. Number 56, Adonis Watson from Warwick High. Oh, he's like, I can hit some shots on the hardwood too, but make some plays on the gridiron today as he drops Deller for a loss. And we go to halftime, a 24-point lead for the Builders.
Yeah, they nothing was coming out. Apprentice School was down their throats hard, dropped Teller on that, and he did give the shoot your shot because he made one.
So there you have it, Apprentice School with the lead of 24 points. We'll see if Jack is able to grab Coach Brown here as we head to the break here at the Sportsplex for the Neptune Bowl. And if we do get Coach Vincent Brown, we will send it down to Jack here in just a moment for that quick conversation as they lead it in this one by a count of 24-0 from the Plex. So quite a first half for the Apprentice School as they were able to overcome a couple of missed opportunities and get some points on the board. 3 rushing touchdowns, Swinger with 1, as well as 1 from Marty Braxton and Ty Taylor, as we will be joined by Jack Lowe down on the sideline with Coach Vincent Brown. And we'll take it away, Jack. You've got Coach Brown, I see. All right,
I'm here with Coach Vince Brown from the Apprentice School Builders, who have a big lead going into halftime. Coach, what went so well to start off that first half?
Well, in these bowl games, we started off a little, with the butterflies, and we had to get that out the way. So once we got our offense going, our defense stood up, right? They were ready to go. And then we told the quarterback, just play the game, be composed, go work with what the coaches are calling, and we knew we would get it going. So I'm happy with the run game. Love what our offensive line is doing up front. Okay, if we continue that going into the second half, no mistakes on special teams, and defense been playing lights out.
Yeah, talk about that defense a little bit. Forcing a couple of turnovers, really stuffing the Atlantis offense. What are you seeing that stops the Atlantis offense so well?
Well, we talked about turnovers, right? And we pride ourselves in getting 3 or more turnovers. We feel like if we can get 3 or more turnovers a game, we give ourselves a chance to win the game. So hats off to that defensive line. Big interception by R.J. Phipps. And then the back end has been playing great. So we've been able to cluster those guys. A couple of blown coverages, but we're going to fix that at halftime, come back out, we get the ball. And we need to go drive down the field and put it in.
Yeah, so how do you finish? How do you finish this game off?
Oh, as always, we're going to finish strong, right? Finish strong, finish disciplined, and then let's go win this game.
Makes sense.
All right, a big thank you to Jack Lowe with Coach Vincent Brown of the Apprentice School. Also, Walker McCurry, the SID, helping us out with all the communication and info to get us set for our broadcast today. We'll step aside at the break here in the 2024 Neptune Bowl. The Apprentice School on top of the Atlanteans from Atlantis University, 24-0. And we'll come back with some stats in a little bit, some analysis from Coach Young, and get you some scores around the country in college football that are happening as well, and get you set for the third quarter here of the Neptune Bowl from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. You're watching all the action on Cova Sports TV. And here's more from CHKD Sports Medicine.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D.
He's live and he's local. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, now, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cove Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
It's halftime here at the Neptune Bowl. Our score, the Apprentice School on top of the Atlanteans from Atlantis University with Ed Young. I'm Matthew Hatfield, and right now the Apprentice School with a 24-point lead. As we look at the statistics here, Coach Young, a total of 14 first downs to 5 for Atlantis in favor of the Builders in the rushing yardage and passing yardage departments. 21 carries for 90 yards, 57 yards passing on 4 of 17. Grant Swinger was 4 of 16 for 57 yards. The Atlanteans just 6 of 12 through the air for 17 yards, 2 interceptions, one each by Rashard Phipps and Kamari Trueblood for the Builders on defense. Rushing yards, just 22 attempts for 47 yards, 8 carries for 13 yards for Keon Taylor, 6 rushes for 45 yards by Cameron Thompson, who had a 21-yard scamper in the first half. Apprentice School mixing it up with Colby Meese, 9 rushes for 86 yards, 4 carries for 16 yards for Marty Braxton, and 5 attempts for 11 yards. Receiving-wise, Eduardo Rios with a 30-yard catch and a 20-yard catch for Kendrick Overton. Their 2 top receivers in TK Petty and Josiah Beecham almost shut out. No catches for Petty, 2 grabs for 7 yards for Beecham. And then in terms of some of the special teams numbers, 1 missed field goal, but a successful 33-yarder from Logan Eastman. The punts have not been pretty for Atlantis. 3 punts for a total of 17 yards, including a negative yardage punt. Meanwhile, 1 40-yard punt by Logan Eastman. So the field position in favor of Apprentice School, which went 2 of 7 on 3rd downs, 1 of 2 on 4th downs. The Atlanteans 3 of 9 on 3rd downs, 1 of 4 on 4th downs.
Yeah, I tell you, when you look at the stats, you can see why the big stat, 24-0, is score for Apprentice. There's nothing really generated of consequence by Atlantis. They're doing better in the passing, but they've also completed 2 passes to the Apprentice School, so that don't help. And that punting is just, when's the last time you saw a team averaging 5.5 yards per punt? I mean, I would say never. And then the other thing is the Atlantis penalties have really, really handicapped them. It says here 9 penalties for 40 yards. I thought it was more penalties, but these are the official stats. We'll go from there. And Atlantis has even had the ball 3 minutes longer, roughly, than the Apprentice School, but that doesn't matter either. That one stat that all we really care about is what is the score, and that favors Apprentice School.
Absolutely, and defensively, in terms of the leading tacklers in this ball game so far, for the Apprentice School, top tackler for them with 6 total stops is Chase Gaines, 5 total tackles for Sincere Hawkins and Benny Nina. Darius Carney with 5 tackles as well. They've gotten to the quarterback 4 times with sacks, 1 each for Rashard Phipps, Darius Carney, and Austin Moore, half a sack each for Wilberto Sanchez and Chase Gaines in the first half. For Atlantis University, you've really liked Adam Papatanakis, who's got a couple of tackles, 1 sack, 1 for loss, 4 tackles from Gerald Baker as they lead the way for them. Adjustment-wise, before we get to some scores around the country in college football, what do you do here if you're Atlantis down by 24? You need 3 touchdowns and 3 successful 2-point conversions to tie this thing up. And in the case of Coach Vincent Brown, who Jack Lowe spoke with before the break, he's got to feel mighty good about things and probably not looking to change up too much.
Apprentice School, just don't keep doing what you're doing. You have the lead. You may just go ahead and run the ball a little bit more, run the clock out. You don't really need more points. Atlantis, if I'm them, it's the last game of the year, nothing really on the line, I'm opening it up. We're going to throw. I'm going 5 receivers. I got 5 linemen, 5 receivers. We're throwing the ball, whether it be long or short. We're going to throw it because now they did get some couple decent plays on the ground with running, but I don't know if they could sustain that because Apprentice School would be geared in for that. And if they're known for their passing, then I think they need to just go ahead and open it up and try to, just make it. We get outscored because right now it's going nowhere for them. And the other problem too, Matt, is towards the end of that second quarter, 4 or 5 injuries for Atlantis, and I think most of them were cramps. So now you got a little bit of a break. Maybe that can help a little bit, but you still got a lot of kids going both ways.
Some final scores for you in college football right now. Top 25 action. The Buckeyes of Ohio State won 38-15 over the Hoosiers of Indiana, so Kurt Cignetti's team no longer unbeaten. Miami, the number 8 ranked team in the country, beat their ACC foe, Wake Forest, 42-14 today, and do so behind another sterling day from their quarterback in Cam Ward, 280 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns through the air. Our man Jack's disappointed because Virginia fell to SMU 33-7, so the Mustangs keep their ACC championship hopes alive. An upset, top 25 upset. Florida, the Gators knock off Ole Miss 24-17, so Lane Kiffin's squad could be on the outside looking in for the college football playoff. And in progress right now, Illinois up on Rutgers 30-24. Georgia on top of UMass 45-21, and Tennessee all over UTEP 42-0 in terms of your top 25 action. You've got some more games later on today, including Colorado, Kansas, Army, Notre Dame, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Auburn. So there you have it in the world of college football outside of what is transpiring here in Virginia Beach at the 2024 Neptune Bowl.
Game, Florida. I picked Florida over Mississippi. It was at Florida. Had that feeling. Florida can do it. Knew SMU would knock down Virginia. Ohio State, I said 21 points beginning of the day, better than Indiana was close to it.
Sounds like it's your day. You should just go buy a lottery ticket at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to go scratch me off a $1 million winner. That's what I should be able to do. The one I'm a little bit more concerned is tonight, my Notre Dame Fighting Irish against undefeated Army.
You say Notre Dame like you went there. You never went there.
You know what? I've never even visited the place, and that's been my college favorite college football team of all time. You know, it's crazy. I love them in football, but I'm not overly excited about them in basketball. I don't have a favorite college basketball team. I like them all, probably because of my basketball background. But now it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Indiana in the college football playoff situation, because they've been up there. They've been arguing for them. They're undefeated. They've come out of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. Now they lose their first real toughest opponent. They get beat convincingly. And now how far are they going to drop? Because they're going to drop. And what is Georgia playing UMass in the middle, towards the end of the season? UMass. Wow, let's talk about tough schedules.
We've got a lot of great partners with us here doing the 2024 Neptune Bowl, and we thank them, including DoubleTree by Hilton. Another one of those sponsors is Chicho's Pizza. They sponsor our 757 Football Player of the Week Award. There's 9 locations in Hampton Roads and counting, where they've got pizza, wings, salads, wraps, calzones. Come for the food, stay for the experience. Chicho's, food, family, and fun. We'll hear from Chicho's and some others before we return with third quarter action from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the 2024 Neptune Bowl. Stay tuned on Cova Sports TV. Here's more from Chicho's.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
He's live and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
Hey, Hampton Roads, finally live in local sports. 6 to 9 a.m. weekday mornings. It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D, alongside Suave and JJ. Tune in right here to your new official home of the sports fan in Hampton Roads. Fox Sports 1310 a.m., 100.9 FM, and always streaming live on Cova Sports TV.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
We're ready for the third quarter here on Cova Sports TV with Ed Young. I'm Matt Hatfield. Atlantis University trails the Apprentice School 24-0. And so far, a pretty dominant effort. The Atlanteans will be getting the football first here to begin this third quarter. And though a lot of players have been cramping up, they're short on numbers, Ed. This is an important sequence coming up for the Atlanteans to try to make this a competitive matchup these last 30 minutes of action.
Yeah, I think it's important for Atlantis to try to score in this first possession. If not, the second half is going to be extremely long for them. Kids cramping up, things not going right for them. Apprentice School's playing well enough to have this 24-0 lead.
Eastman kicks it off. It's going to be fielded just inside the 5-yard line at about the 7, and a quick tackle is made. Initially tripped up on that return. The return man, Corey Grant, by Shane Ryman. And a big stop for the Apprentice School Special Teams unit as they came bringing the heat on that.
Corey Grant on the return of the kickoff. Atlantean ball, 1st and 10.
So it's Atlanteans ball, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Ryman helped out on that stop by Hugh Spencer at the end. Handoff running to the right. Not a lot of daylight for the ball carrier, as a couple of builders are able to bring down the running back, Cameron Thompson. Minimal yardage in on that stop. One of the players that was in on that stop was Wilberto Sanchez, the freshman linebacker from Woodside High. 6 foot tall, 240-pound backer whose trade is an electrician over at the Apprentice School, and he's been all over the field today defensively.
I gotta maybe get a couple of these electricians. Somebody check my lights.
2nd and 6, maybe 7, and again another difficult offensive
fumble on the snap. I don't know if he's quite ready for it.
Atlanteans having a hard time on this particular.
Yeah, if you remember when we started the game out, Matt, they were going backwards more than forward. And here we go in the second half, and it looks like the same situation.
This particular series really been difficult for the Atlanteans. Now 3rd and 14. Up the middle they go with the draw. They're going to get some of the yardage back, but not enough to move the chains, as eventually on that run to the right side, it'll be the Atlanteans with Thompson getting stopped by, it looks like Jashawn Miller-Arrington, I think, on that play. It's about 8, so the fumble really doomed that drive. And another injured body for the Atlanteans here before the fourth down play. How these teams got to this point in the season, we'll tell you about that. In terms of the Apprentice School, opened up with a 44-9 win over Southern Virginia back on September 7th. Then they lost to Washington and Lee 68-28. They beat Thaddeus Stevens 34-13. Lost to Lewisburg to close out September 34-31. A close, tough loss for the Builders. They fell to Alfred State up there in Alfred, New York 21-7. Then beat Marine Maritime 72-26. Lost to Army Prep 57-6. Edged Hocking 21-20. Got a forfeit win over Georgia's Warhawks and lost to Monroe College 40-0 the last time out. We'll come back and give you the Atlantis results at this point, but it's going to be another punt here for the Atlanteans here from the Neptune Bowl. They trail the Builders 24-0 in our third quarter on Cova Sports TV. Apprentice School Ed very late to get out here defensively for this punt, and it's going to be booted away. It's going to take a roll and go out of bounds at about the 48-yard line, and that's where the Builders will have it to be, actually the 45-yard line, where the Builders will have it to begin their first series of this third quarter.
Well, the best part of that series was that punt. That was their best punt of the game, because remember, the first half they averaged 5.5 yards on a couple punts. And you're right, that last play, Apprentice School was still running guys on the field as the punt went off. You don't get flagged for not enough players on the field. You will get flagged if you have more than 11.
Home of CHKD Sports Medicine on Cova Sports TV.
So the Apprentice School, they have it at their own 45 here with a 24-0 lead, 13:03 to go in our third quarter. Single back here, man in motion for the Apprentice School. It's going to be the receiver Beecham, the Z receiver today. Handoff going to the right side, past the 50 and into enemy territory on that carry. Another effective one for this Apprentice ground game, as it is Colby Meese getting the real estate before he's dragged down by a trio of white shirts for the Atlanteans. Second and 1.
Inside handoff, got it. Almost looked like a busted play, but he got decent yards on it.
So defensive coordinator Larry Butts trying to figure things out with this Apprentice School offense. Down the sideline, it's going to be complete as Josiah Beecham hauls it in from Grant Swanger. Another chunk pass play. They've had a 30-yard pickup with Eduardo Rios, a 20-yard gain with Al Kendrick Overton, and this one's going to get all the way down to the 19-yard line as Beecham beats them over the top.
Well, again, when we've seen this earlier, those sideline routes look open. It's just they've either been underthrown or overthrown. That time is right on the money.
So in the red zone at the 19 now. Handoff up the gut. And it's going to be a diving tackle. A pretty good stop here from the Apprentice running game. Tristan Ramsey, who's back in. We had Jack tell us earlier about his injury status in our first half, and Ramsey coming through right there to fill that gap and limit the handoff to just a yard or two. And so far, this Apprentice School offense, that was just a 1-yard pickup for Marty Braxton. Swinger finds Beecham for 27. Colby Meese got 9. They're trying to put them in a third or fourth down situation that's not favorable and keep this thing relatively close.
We got Meese back in the ball game for Braxton.
They keep mixing up those backs. You've got Taylor, you've got Meese, Braxton. It's a luxury here for Coach Brown right now. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, and that's going to be Hugh Spencer, who's now in at receiver. First time we've seen him line up, I think, there all day. Rolling left, and Swanger loses the football. It's loose. Is that a live ball and a fumble? It is. It's going to be scooped up at the 31. This could be the play that changes momentum for the Atlanteans and trying to rumble all the way to the house. He could go all the way. He will go all the way. Big number 88, unless they blow it dead. It's a defensive touchdown for Jonathan Clark, the 6'5", 245-pound defensive end, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered for the visitors from Miami and not what Apprentice wanted whatsoever.
Yeah, drop back to pass. He really, Matt, almost looked like if we see it on a replay, he might have tripped over his own feet and he dropped the ball. He just dropped it. It was not hit out of his hands. So it was definitely a live ball.
Live football is going to be a touchdown.
Best play for Atlanta's all game by far.
The neat thing about watching on Cova Sports TV on YouTube is you can come bring up the replays on your own, but I'm watching it here live, and he scooped it up right there at the 30, essentially. So it's a 70-yard scoop and score. I think the official stats might have it a smidge off that. They're going to actually credit him with a 60-yard. And they're giving it to Burnett Godby. We'll double check that number because it did appear to us, though, that it was number 88. But those 8s and 0s sure do look alike from our vantage point up here in the booth.
Yeah, the numbers in that sun, glare of that sun, the numbers are hard to pick up. It's a little bit like a silver color number.
We thought it was Clark, not Godby. (24-6) is the count. And the Apprentice School now trying to respond from this TD by the visiting Atlanteans. One more score could have probably put this one to bed, and now all of a sudden momentum shifts.
It does, but the key now is, can Atlantis dig in on defense? Because, yeah, you got the touchdown. You're still down 18. So you're looking at, what, 3 scores. So, and they haven't been, polarizing on offense all game long. So they're going to have to try to get something going. Maybe a little squib kick here. Remember, they started the game off with that. Quarterback Deller's doing the kicking, so.
Well, and not getting that 2-point conversion hurts because it means that it's still a 3-possession game, as you just outlined, instead of a 2-possession game as a 24-8 margin. Fielded at the 35. Here come the Builders, fielded by Marty Braxton, and he's going to be stopped at about the 43-yard line.
We might have an illegal block. I see flags down on the Apprentice side. It could be a legal block. Don't want to be an official before an official.
It's going to be a personal foul during the return on the Builders.
Yep, 15 from where the penalty occurred, 15-yard back.
So the scoop and score on the miscue from the Apprentice School, along with this penalty, pushing them back to the 28-yard line, making things pretty interesting here as they go to the right side to run here. Trying to get some blocking from the receiver and Petty. This run is going to be halted at about the 34-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of, call it 6. Colby Meese on that run.
Again, a power run where you see he getting stacked up by Atlantis. Everybody in there grabbing for the ball, but he held on to it pretty tight in that crowd.
That carry for Meese puts him over 100 on the day, 11 rushes for 103 yards, and they go back to him. And this one up near the 45-yard line. He's going to be stopped by Tony Morgan.
Good pick, back-to-back pickups by Meese.
Picks up 11 before tackled by number 1, Tony Morgan.
So from the 46-yard line, and there's another player who's down cramped for Atlantis, and that's number 4 for them, Corey Grant. So he'll be 10-2. And he gets checked on. Chance for us to tell you about One Life Fitness. One Life Fitness, one inspired life. We're here to help start your new membership today at any one of the 8 convenient locations around Hampton Roads. Go online to onelifefitness.com and claim a free trial pass. And when you go in, you never know who you may run into. You might even run into the coach, Ed Young, or somebody else. Get fit. And here's more from One Life Fitness.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Trying to read the numbers.
And we're back here on the commercial break from One Life Fitness. Apprentice School 24, Atlanta 6. And those two defensive edge rushers, Burnett Godby and Jonathan Clark, we were trying to debate if it's 80 or 88 that had that scoop and score. They're almost identical in terms of size and stature. Handoff's going to be to Colby Meese. Check that, Marty Braxton up the middle, and Braxton gets to the 50. You're right, Ed. As you were saying, we come back from break. Some of these numbers are, and they line them both up to the same side here. Godby and Clark on the opposite here, moving some different guys around defensively. Up the middle goes Braxton's tippy toes, makes a guy miss, and he's going to get close to that first down marker. But tricky to read here from up here in the booth, but another first down as the running game here. This is where you want to grind it out. And you know, assistant coach and offensive coordinator Elton Brown, this is his type of game where you play ground and pound, smash mouth between the tackles.
And we have another Atlantis player down, what I'm going to guess cramps, which has been running rampant throughout the team.
And not as deep. It is certainly an issue for them in this ball game.
Again, you have 26 players dressed total for Atlantis. Remember now, you play 11 at a time. So if you got a total offensive squad, defensive squad, that's 22. Okay, that's why you see most football rosters on the collegiate level, 60, 70, 80, 90, sometimes 100 people, especially Division I. This Atlantis came up with 26 from Miami, Florida.
And being helped up off the field right now is number 88. We had him with the defensive score. If it wasn't him, it was the guy that looks like his twin brother, Jonathan Clark, being assisted off the field. We're sure that is Clark. We're not totally sure if it was him or Godby that had the scoop and score. It was one of the two.
I thought it was the guy, young fellow walking off
Clark.
Taylor.
Yeah, that's what
Clark,
I thought
yeah.
too. The official stats said it was Godby. And we've tried watching the replay, and we still can't tell because they're almost identical.
Well, I know Clark has the black undershirt on. Does Goodby have one? We'll have to check and see that.
And Jack on the sideline thought, like us, it was 88 in Clark. So here it is now. Swinger, first down and 10, going up top. And his pass deep down the field. Deflection there. Good job by Corian Harris, the free safety, to bat it away and prevent a completion.
Great timing. I love that play again. Basically, sprint to the flag, out wide. Harrison right on his back, and then he tipped away at the last second from behind. That's as well as a defensive stop in the backfield you can get, defensive backfield you can get without interference being called.
So now 2nd and 10 from the 44 for the Builders. They lead this one.
Triple right here, everybody to the right.
24-6, trips right.
And we got a free play because it's offsides.
Offsides, trying to connect for a touchdown and unable to haul it in, though, was number 6, TK Petty. They've been trying to get it to him, Ed. You've talked about it all day long and just couldn't.
That was his chance to get the touchdown long, but they're gonna get a play over.
Good closing coverage there by Morgan and Harris, but again, just the undisciplined moments for Atlantis, and some of their coaches unhappy with what they've seen. The Apprentice School nearly hit for a big play, and penalties doing them in our first half of this ball game as another player is down with cramps again. And in terms of the penalties in our first half, it was 9 for 40 yards for the Atlanteans and 3 for 14 yards for the Apprentice School. And the Virginia Beach Sportsplex is the home to so many great events. Again, one of those sponsors and partners, CHKD Sports Medicine. High school football takes place here with Atlantic Shores. We've had field hockey next door, soccer, all kinds of action, and also Virginia Beach United. Here's more about VBU.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
So the player still being checked out and stretched out here for Atlantis University. Defender, it looks like, Ed, that's number 25 again, Cameron Thompson, who was being checked on earlier in our ball game, and he's been a key focal point. 6 rushes for 45 yards for Atlantis. And right now, the Apprentice with a 24-6 lead, but the second half has not gone quite as swimmingly for them. That scoop and score allowing the Atlanteans to try to draw closer, and it was indeed Thompson who's back up on his feet. Builders forced 5 turnovers the last time out, with Chase Gaines recovering a fumble, getting an interception. Wilberto Sanchez and Adonis Watson each recovering a fumble, and Sincere Hawkins almost getting a pick 6 before being tackled with a man to beat. Sincere Hawkins out of Maury High School in Norfolk. Member of those state champion, or I should say a member of the region champion Maury Commodores. He's a sophomore now.
On their way for a state title, in my opinion, this year.
Trying to go repeat under Doree McCain for a second straight year. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be Marty Braxton. Apprentice School building its roster with a lot of players from winning programs, not just in the 757 like Maury and Lake Taylor and Phoebus that leap to mind, but even some other programs that have success outside the area code. When you look at getting a name from an Essex High School, getting a name from a Highland Springs like Kasim Drumgoal, certainly Louisa, a successful program too. So they're building it with winners that are used to going far in the playoffs. Here's a 3rd down and short now in the 37. Swinger going up top, has a man wide open, and it's going to be hauled in for the touchdown. The Apprentice School strikes as Eduardo Rios with the connection from Grant Swinger, and the Builders increase their lead to 24 with some aerial fireworks at the Plex.
Now that receiver caught that.
Result of the play is a 38-yard touchdown, Builders.
Okay. I was thinking it was Petty on the catch, but I was wrong.
No, it was Rios that caught that from Warwick High School, a former quarterback now playing wide receiver, and a 37-yard strike on 3rd and 4.
Great throw. Good play. He was open just enough. Caught it. Fell right in the end zone.
Number 15, Eduardo Rios.
And Rios with the TD, and they call unsportsmanlike conduct again after a big play. Remember, they did that after an interception earlier by Trueblood.
Yeah, they allow a little bit of celebration, but you can't go overboard with it, and you can't say nothing to your opponent. That's just strictly taunting.
You know, Rios came in today with 4 catches for 21 yards. You wonder if this is going to begin a I wouldn't say career renaissance, like his career was over, but a conversion for him, I should say, to that position here moving forward for the Apprentice School. Freshman that came from Warwick High School, helped them get to the region finals. And tell you what, you like what you're seeing from him catching the football today.
Well, their top receiver is Petty. He's a junior. And Beecham is a junior also. So they're going to have their 2 top receivers back. Rios could be that 3rd guy, and he also could be, quarterback, wildcat type quarterback, somewhat like maybe the Steelers using Fields in their system now.
Or back in the day when they had Cordell / Stewart. You remember that?
Yes, who I thought was a very good not very good. He's very adequate quarterback, but he could move receiver and run. He could do a couple different things.
He has mobility and athletic ability helping you out. If you're a Steelers fan, loving that. That was during the Neil O'Donnell era when they lost to the Cowboys in Super Bowl 30, if I remember right. That 15-yard penalty means they'll kick it off from the 20. You saw moments ago Jack Lowe bringing the views from the sidelines as the Apprentice School players enjoying what they're seeing, responding from that scoop and score that Atlantis got from Jonathan Clark. Now it's going to be bouncing and fielded at the 23, we'll call it.
Tony Martin.
Atlantis scooting out of bounds. It's going to be Tony Morgan.
Tony Morgan.
Kickoff taken by number 1, Tony Morgan. Returned up the right
on this chilly day here in Virginia Beach. Not quite as frigid as yesterday was, because right now, as we look at the temperature here in the city of Virginia Beach on this second to last Saturday of November, 58 degrees. We do have a bit of a slight breeze right now of 9 miles per hour, but not as gusty as the early hours of this morning when we did our 757 Saturday Sports Talk program that people can catch every Saturday on Cova Sports TV, and from the high school games, the playoff games going all across our state on Friday night, dealing with those icy type temperatures.
And make sure if you missed it, watch the replay. We had the best guest anybody can ever get, Santa Claus. Wait till you see it.
And Mrs. Claus were on. From the 38-yard line, pass is going to be deflected and intercepted by the Builders. Getting that INT, it's Kamari Trueblood, his second of the day. He's looking to fake the lateral and keep it. Here he does lateral it. Look at this to Sincere Hawkins. That's Norfolk to Norfolk. The Newport News Builders using some 757 flavor to advance it further to the 48. Oh, that's backyard football the way Ed Young drew it up in the sand, right?
That's hook and ladder. It is. Yes, it is. Three Stooges, woo, 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 let's run with it. They're having fun with it. Love that kid.
And there you go. You see on the sideline, they're loving it up. Players are enjoying the action.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great. You wanted to give it up a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more out of it. You got to be careful as a coach. You'd be like, man, don't be loud when they're not ready for it. We're going to drop it. But, Coach, be calm. You're up 31-76. If you give it away, you're going to get it right back.
I used to say statisticians like our friend Mike Whittington, if he's out there watching, the AD now at Lakeland High School, used to dread always having to do stats for your basketball games as much as you subbed. But for those that do stats for football, they absolutely hate to the utmost the laterals, because keeping those stats on who gets the yardage, it's tough. Uh-oh, going deep for a touchdown potentially, but it's an INT. Tony Morgan getting that INT and a big hit. And there's going to be a flag here on this. But Morgan with the INT, and look at that hit. Oh, my goodness. I wish we could show you the replay back, but the guy who got leveled for the
Beecham.
Apprentice School.
Was that Beecham?
That was Beecham, Ed.
He got blindsided blocked, and I mean,
blown up.
Yeah, he got.
And that's going to be a 15-yarder, I do believe. I think there's a flag down.
There
has
is.
to be.
Yeah, there's a flag back. He got leveled.
So 2 takeaways. There's been some sloppy moments here on the offensive side for Swinger and the Builders. That one fumble, ball security, something they have to stress here moving forward. Swinger is a senior and has made some nice throws, but whoever is the trigger man next year, whether it's Rios or somebody else, that's going to be certainly a stressed point of emphasis for Coach Byrne and his program. And there's the call. It's going to be coming back on that INT, although they signal it on the offense. But I think
guys, that was a blindside block.
Yeah.
Player had nothing to do with the play. Was nowhere near the ball, and he was pancaked pretty hard. He's down. Looks like he might be okay.
Thank you, Jack. As that was indeed a blindside block. Referee signaled the wrong direction on that, but they are bringing it back for that play. And this one now inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line where they'll mark it. Apprentice School with a 31-6 lead. So we've seen a lot of action here. We've seen INTs on consecutive possessions.
Fumble, scoop, and score.
3 turnovers in this quarter after having in the first half 2 interceptions by Atlantis, no giveaways. And now it's going to be a safety.
Saw that coming. They bull rushed him.
Boom! Number 59 making that play. Rashard Phipps, who had an INT earlier, and the Builders make it happen.
Yeah, I saw on that setup. You looked like they were going to do that inside handoff run, and Prentice School came up to stack it and got him.
So 2 points for the Builders as they increase the lead to 33-6 now with 6:59 to go in our third quarter. Cameron Thompson dropped in the end zone as Rashard Phipps, along with some line mates. I don't know if we're giving out a helmet sticker or a player of the game or anything of that nature, but I would tell you this much. Rashard Phipps would be one of my gold, bronze, silver candidates. The way he's played also on the offensive line. He's got a tackle for loss. He's got an INT. He's been active throughout this ballgame.
I would not disagree with you. I mean, it's a few guys doing a lot of things for the apprentice school, but it's really a team effort today. But he has stood out. He's a leader on the field. I've seen him talking to his teammates. I've seen him even kidding with some of the Atlantis kids. So he's energetic. He's talkative and a decent leader. I'm guessing maybe a captain for that squad.
Well, he's certainly been a major influence for their success this year, trying to get that 6th win of the campaign. And Richard listed as a 6-foot-tall, 250-pound offensive and defensive lineman from Richmond, Virginia's Verona High School. I don't have a list for captains on mine. Looking through my notes, they may be listed here. I just do not see
If I'm not mistaken, he was out at center field, midfield for the
kickoff. Yeah.
Toss.
So it's going to go drifting out of bounds. We'll get that checked though in a moment and find out who the captains were.
Atlanteans free kick out of bounds. Ball comes to rest.
Free kick out of bounds.
Ball first and 10.
I know probably one of the top things on Atlantis' recruiting for next year will be kicker.
You, sir, were correct. Your 4 captains, by the way, as it just was given to me.
And
Grant Swanger. You also had Richard Phipps, as well as number 73, Hayden Moody, senior offensive lineman from Republic, Missouri. And the last one was Logan Eastman.
Kicker.
The kicker, yeah, how about that? So from the 48-yard line, the Builders have it with 6:58 to go in our third quarter, a 33-6 lead. High snap for Swanger. He completes the pass to the near side, trying to make a man miss, but unable to make multiple guys miss was the wide receiver who pulled that in, and that's Josiah Beecham. Good to see he's back and on the field.
Yeah, he got his bell rung on that interception, illegal block on him. But feeling good, and he got back in the game, because this is a game now where Apprentice School, if you're hurt and there's no need to put you in there, I think the game's pretty much wrapped up based on what I'm seeing scoring-wise for Apprentice. So, but last game of the season, they want to play.
Burnett Godby and Tony Morgan stopping him for a loss of 1. Here's the handoff. Taylor gets it. He runs left. Hurdles a defender all the way up to the 40-yard line. He hit the Y button on the video game controller. You know all about that, don't you? Oh, wait, you don't play Madden or NCAA
I don't do
football.
video games. About 4 years ago, my 4-year-old nephew beat me in NBA Live like 222 to 12. So I broke the set and made him cry.
Oh, that's not nice. Him beating you was nice, but I don't know about you breaking the set was
I can't
not pleasant.
Well, then he put it in pointed at me and rubbed it in and taunted and everything. So
5-yard penalty, replay first down.
It'll be a false start. They'll replay the down. 1st and 15. That was a really neat hurdle from Ty Taylor. He had a Phoebus High in Hampton. On the 45-yard line now of the Atlanteans. 3 receivers to the near side. Getting the snap, going deep. Here's Swinger's throw. It's intercepted at about the 5-yard line. Falling down for the Atlanteans is Corian Harris. And Harris able to get that INT right there, placed at the 6-yard line it'll be.
It was a great throw by Swanger, but unfortunately the reception was the opponent. I mean, not to make fun of, but it was a really good throw, but nobody in the vicinity, so I don't know, busted play, interception going the other way.
It will go the other way, and they'll place it at the 6. So that's the 3rd turnover of the quarter, and you can see, going back to some of the numbers you had, I know going in, the number of turnovers for the Apprentice School, it really hurt them. I think they were -10 coming into this game in terms of the turnover margin.
Yes, it was, -10. You know, we like that 18 for the defense getting them, but then you turn around and look at the offense, gave up 28. It's a -10. That's not good. Pretty much why they're stuck at that 5-5. Because the defense is not bad, and the offense is okay too. So think you're going to see Apprentice School looking really, really good come next year.
Swinger with 10 picks on the year now with 2 today, and 9 coming in for Rios, who's playing more receiver using his athletic ability. And there's that defensive front line, the wall, making it hard as you see both 59 and 36 in on that play for the Apprentice School. Rashard Phipps, we've called him out time and time again. And how about the sophomore defensive back linebacker hybrid from Kempsville High in Virginia Beach, Jashawn Miller-Arrington, part of that turnaround that Darrell Chief has orchestrated with the Chiefs over there at Kempsville High. Second down now, and a lot of yards to go to move the sticks. And again, up the middle, nothing doing as the run game with big 56 in the middle. Adonis Watson from Warwick High keeping the running game in check for Atlantis, as the last 2 runs have not yielded much of anything whatsoever.
And
Thompson lost 3, and they go up the gut again, and they won't get close to first down yardage.
And Mr. Phipps again in on the tackle too. We've been calling his name a lot. He's right there wherever the ball's at.
Deller with no gain. Here comes 3rd and 13 from the 3. 3 receivers to the far side. They'll try a quick slip screen, and blowing it up. That's big number 7, incomplete. They'll say he didn't hold on for it. Benny Nina with the stop. And I tell you what, watching Benny Nina along the sideline, you can see he's put together well here. The Spring Lake, North Carolina product from Overhills High School, breaking up that completion. Can see what he's meant to them. One of those veteran forces, junior, who they hope to have back next season to continue building with.
Right. Again, a lot of these kids that we're calling their names are underclassmen. So if these guys do stay, then Apprentice School, I think this year is going to be a great learning experience for them. And it won't be really hard to contend with next year.
We might give you Jack's behind the end zone view here of this punt coming up on 4th down to give you a look at this. It might get blocked as well.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. They got everybody up there, not set up for a return at all, so they're going to come after it hard.
We'll see what we can give you here coming up. They've already gotten a safety today, trying to get a blocked kick. Oh, and that one is blocked.
Out of the end zone.
And it's going to be a safety yet again for the Apprentice School, coming through with the big play. That punt was blocked by DeAndre Harley. We called him out for praising his coverage earlier in the contest, Ed, and you could see it coming from a mile away. Special teams stepping up here with not 1 but 2 safeties in this 3rd quarter for the Builders.
DeAndre Harley goes 5'8", and he got a chance to block a punt. So again, Apprentice School does not give on defense. They really do come out. You heard Coach Brown pregame interview. They put a lot of emphasis on their defensive play, and you can see it. And I thought we had another player down for Atlantis. We didn't. They went to the sideline first.
So a couple of safeties here, making it a 35-6 tally.
Hey guys, I was just talking with defensive coordinator for the Apprentice School about their defense. It's by far been one of the best parts of their game today. And one of the things he mentioned was he loves seeing his guys fly around, giving it their all in this final game of the season. One of the names he's mentioned, as you guys mentioned many times today, as we get a bit of a pile up here, Rashard Phipps, as you guys have mentioned, has been a monster for them. He loves them. There's a couple other names he names. And also I asked him about the lateral on the interception, if that's something that they coach them. And he said he does. He grew up watching Ed Reed. He loves seeing the laterals. He loves to see his guys do that.
All right, thanks, Jax, for that report. As co-defensive coordinator Lyndon Trail for the Apprentice School, who's got some ties to the area, being Norfolk State, also had a chance to play at the professional level. This is a really well-versed staff that Coach Vincent Brown has orchestrated, along with Scorpio Brown, Elton Brown. You got Tony Freeman, Paul Massey, Sean Fauntleroy, who's a local product. Sean Way, Donald Smith, Herb Fields, all a part of this Builders program.
I need to know, is Vincent Brown, Jack, find out, Vincent Brown, Elton Brown, Scorpio Brown.
Well, they're all
Brothers
related last name. No, not related
Just
last
wondering.
name,
I mean, you know, they got the same last name. Just wondering if it runs in the family.
So from the 46-yard line now, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side as the Builders have a comfortable 35-6 lead in this one. Handoff up the middle. Making a couple of defenders. Smith's getting outside. It's going to come back on a hold, though. Colby Meese, who's having himself a terrific day running the football. 12 carries for 113 yards. And now we've got some extra shoving, extracurriculars, if you will. And some emotions are running high, especially for those visitors from Miami who you've touched on so many times today. You look at their sideline. They're getting short on bodies here.
Well, a couple things are happening right now. Miami is frustrated. They know the game's over. And the young fellow for apprentice school that got into it was Beecham. Now, you remember what happened to him on that block. So he's still remembering that, and he's not going to be taken where he's going to get hit. You just got to keep your head in these situations. And you hope it's hard play and not dirty play. But we had, I think, a hold penalty first, and then we're going to get unsportsmanlike that might be offsetting.
And there has been quite a few penalties thrown today, to say the least. In fact, before this one will get marked off, 11 for the Atlanteans for 71 yards, 6 for 49 yards for the apprentice school. Turnovers have not done in the apprentice school in this quarter with 3, thanks to just their really sturdy defense. Atlanta's just 3 of 11 on third downs. They're averaging 1.5 yards per play, and even more than that, Ed, the running game not producing much at all for Atlantis in this football game. When you look at, they've run the football 29 times for 44 yards. Meanwhile, the apprentice with 30 carries for $121. That matters because coming in, that was not really their forte, and they've made it a big part of their attack today.
Yes, they have. They really, if Atlantis was preparing for a lot of passing, they got duped a little bit earlier because the run game has worked really well for Prentice. Okay, after all the penalty situation here, we are going to go backwards in favor of Atlantis.
But we might go forward again because they might mark off multiple penalties here, which is what it does look like.
I think the roughing unsportsmanlike call was against Apprentice.
Well, they're marking it from the 50 to the 35.
Yeah, a hold and then 15 more. So we're looking at 20 yards.
This is where in a close game, this could be devastating. Well, but with a 35-6 lead, it could ultimately be irrelevant now.
Well, here's the key right now. If I'm the official, I'm going to both sidelines. Look, we got still a whole other quarter to go. We're not tolerating this. If you're going to start jabbing at each other and start whatever, we're going to send people to the bench.
That's right. They might tell them that this is what's going to take place, or we'll get Ed Young down here to sort things out. They don't want that.
You don't want me out there. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. Be careful if Atlantis is losing guys with these cramps. They may not be able to complete the fourth quarter.
2 down linemen, they're rushing. Actually, 3 down linemen rushing 4 here, but it's going to be a handoff getting away from one and now running to the outside. Colby Meese to the 45, up to the 50. Little stiff arm at the end. Some action there with Corian Harris getting to him, but not before Colby Meese moves the chains. And the apprentice school showing off that power run game to perfection. 18-yard pickup to the 46.
Got all that yardage back in one play. It's a great run.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Grant Swinger, your quarterback, your lone setback. It's going to be back to Colby Meese, who pushes ahead up to about the 42-yard line. Eventually brought down by the likes of Jason Dumont and Freddie Harris.
You know his name I haven't heard called much. I don't know if he's back in the game. But the linebacker for Atlantis.
You're thinking of Tristan Ramsey?
No, Adam.
Oh, you're talking about Papatanakis.
Yeah, we haven't heard his name called him. Is he out for the game? He did get hurt late first half. I thought it was just a cramp.
We'll get a check on that with Papatanakis. We'll send Jack a note to see if we can find out. Timeout for the Atlanteans. And we will step aside as well. You're watching the 2024 Neptune Bowl. The Apprentice School up by 29 against the visiting Atlanteans of Atlantis University from Miami, Florida. Let's now hear from Legacy Lacrosse.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Big thanks to AstroTurf, playing on the turf today at the Plex in Virginia Beach. The most realistic sports-specific performance, longest-lasting durability, and sound player protection. AstroTurf. To the outside, inside the 15, the 10, back for a touchdown. Go the Builders of the Apprentice School, and that's Marty Braxton with the house call.
Beautiful.
And the Builders increase their lead even more. Beautiful, beautiful music, as Barry Manilow once sang for Braxton.
That was a beautiful run.
You never heard beautiful music from Barry, did you? That wasn't on your playlist.
I don't listen to Barry. Now, if you would have said Tony Braxton, yes.
Oh, that's up your alley. Okay,
that's up my alley.
I don't think Tony's related to Marty, though.
No, but I tell you what, he ran as beautiful as she looks.
Here comes the extra point, 41-6. And the PAT is good for Logan Eastman. He just dropped a Barry Manilow and a Tony Braxton reference in that same play. If you told me that coming into today on the bingo card, I wouldn't have had that one.
You never had it.
No,
I
wouldn't have had that.
I wouldn't. I forgot all about Barry Manilow.
Yeah. I won't disagree with you. Tony Braxton is a winner. 42-6 is our count with 2:14 left in the third quarter. Marty Braxton and the Builders look to be winners today as well, Edward, because right now that run play, a house call, increasing the advantage now. Braxton started the game off with a 7-yard touchdown run with 1:47 left in our first quarter, and this a 42-yard TD. That's the longest scoring play for the Apprentice School on the day, as their running game has really had its way against this worn out, we'll just call it what it is, a worn out Atlantis University defensive front.
They're not showing any real moxie right now, and I'm not saying they're giving up. It's just tough. A lot of guys playing three-way, and it's tough, cramping up. And Apprentice School is playing hard, playing good, and that last play, he went right through those guys, and there was very shoddy tackling attempts.
Braxton, a second-team All-State performer last year for the King William Cavaliers. Ensuing kickoff for Atlantis, they get up to the 35, close to the 40, and that return, a good one for the visitors from the Sunshine State. Nice, healthy gain for Corey Grant. Stop made by Jashawn Miller-Arrington for the Apprentice School.
Kensville High.
Yeah, we referenced it earlier that he has been a real instrumental piece of this team. Remember, Kempsville had the longest losing streak in Virginia, and they played in back-to-back Region 5A championship games against Green Run. Miller-Arrington a part of that.
And we got a penalty on.
So the return is not going to be for as many yards because they're marking it back now.
Illegal block? I didn't see what the call was.
Did not catch that signal either. How about 33 rushes for 186 yards today for the Builders? The running game has been, shall we say, magnifique.
And good.
First and 10 from the 20. Low snap. Picked up, though, and completed as Jason Dumont hauls it in from Junley Deller, and Dumont gets all the way up to the 41-yard line on that completion.
Junley Deller's pass complete to number 15. Jason Dumont, good for 30 yards. First down.
So that gain, a 21-yard pickup. That kickoff return was 24 yards before the penalty, thrown out to the flat area. Atlantis University getting out of bounds alertly with Cameron Thompson.
Swing it out of the backfield. Nobody there for Prentice School. They're looking for the deep pass, and they just swung it out of the backfield. Threw it in the backfield, and he was able to get sustained yardage out of that.
We've got all kinds of people watching on Cova Sports TV. We're going to share some of the comments we've got today, including from Apprentice School Hall of Famer Jim Heath, who's watching online. Hello to Jim out there watching.
He's a good one. Jim is a good one.
Tim L saying, let's eat Atlantis.
Nope, dropsies.
Tony Morgan shouting out Tony.
Deller's pass intended for number 81, Nikhil Jackson. Falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass, third down.
Appreciate all those people watching, supporting Prentice School. Local school doesn't usually get a whole lot of
And
billing.
if you're rooting for Atlantis, we appreciate anybody watching it, but definitely
Absolutely.
good for the 757
Absolutely,
area
yes.
code, those checking out the action.
Anybody from the Miami area, Florida area, any Atlantis fans, appreciate you all.
Thank all the comments for folks tuning in.
You got a lot of good-looking players on this Atlantis team in terms of skills and whatever. Let's see what they're going to do in their season next year.
Here's third down and about 6 from the 45. Pass is going to be incomplete, almost intercepted by Jashawn Jackson for the Apprentice School. Jashawn out of Highland Springs High School.
Another great high school football program. Still involved in the playoffs.
How about the Builders getting 2 guys from Lauren Johnson Springers who take on Oscar Smith next week with Kasim Drumgoal and Jashawn Jackson on this roster? You get multiple players from Phoebus, multiple players from Highland Springs. You get one from Maury, one from Lake Taylor. You're doing something right there, aren't you?
You're recruiting winning players, guys
Yes.
in great programs. There's a lot to be said for that because they know what it takes to win.
And recruiting coordinator, I know Elton Brown helping out Vincent Brown, and a lot of ties to this area. Pass is going to be incomplete on fourth down. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and you see the 2 linemen hitting the turf simultaneously. Both slow to get up, as that's big 56 for Apprentice. Adonis Watson and Junley Deller. I shouldn't say lineman.
Nice.
That's
Lineman, that's
Deller.
the quarterback. I
My
knew you were
goodness.
going to say that.
I said that.
You said it when serious too. The fellow's 6 foot 240. He looks like a lineman.
He does look like
but
the
he's
lineman.
the quarterback.
That was
a good one.
That was.
We needed that smile.
We
That
did.
was a good one. 2 linemen on the ground.
On Nelson's blooper.
No, Matt, that's the quarterback. I'll get it right. It's not the lineman.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, put that on the blooper reel. You're right.
He's a big fella. He's 6 feet and never missed a meal. So he can throw the football too. He can throw the football. Deller is a senior class. Yeah, he's a senior.
So from the 45-yard line, handoff going to the right. It's Ty Taylor to about the 40. A couple of defenders bringing them down. Tristan Ramsey and Tucker Manarino. They might put him on the line, though, before this game's over at the rate it's going.
No.
There's a good chance he could line up. I mean, they've run out of bodies. He could be playing on the defensive line in this series. Let's be honest here. They don't have, but how many have they got on the sideline that are available? Second down
There's
and
a lot
4.
there's not many available on that
I'm not
sideline.
counting it out before it's all said and done. Up the middle, though, Ty Taylor makes a man miss, and he's going to scoot inside the 25. Another good, strong run by Ty Taylor, former Phoebus Phantom. And here's another injured body. Are you so sure about what you just said? Because another body is down here for Atlantis.
I'm telling you, and I'm not. There's a lot of guys on the bench over there for Atlantis who will not be coming back in. They're done. Their cramps have gotten them bad enough where they're not coming in. You can just tell.
Looks like Ramsey, by the way, who's already been checked on earlier in this game.
Right, and you can't risk kids to get injured. You know, keep getting cramps, you're going to tear a muscle. I've seen it happen in other games where scores get out of hand and they don't complete a game. I'm not I'm not saying it's going to happen here. I'm just saying it could be something that the coaches could consider.
And 3/4 of this game in the books.
Matter of fact, happened a few years ago, Matt. You might know better than me. Didn't Old Dominion run into that against Carolina?
North Carolina, you're correct. It looks like we're going to have 9 minutes in this fourth quarter. I think they're going to shade of a minute off as we get ready for the final period of regulation. And as we do, let's quickly hear a word from John's Tech Service.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Fourth quarter getting ready to commence here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. It's the 2024 Neptune Bowl where Apprentice School leads the opposition, the Atlanteans from Atlantis University, by a count of 42-6. And sliding down on that scramble is going to be none other than Grant Swanger, the QB here. And would not be surprised after this series, Ed, if we do see a quarterback change and get someone else to get their feet wet at the QB spot. Although this is the last game for Grant Swanger, so you know in Coach Vincent Brown's mind, he wants to let him soak it up with a touchdown drive before he yanks him and puts in a sub.
Yeah, I can see that too, because he is going out. Let him in there. I'd leave it up to him if he wants to stay in. I'm going to leave him in. But obviously you'd like to give maybe your younger backup quarterback, which right now I think is Rios would be the backup or the potential starter for next year.
3 receivers to the right side. He fakes it with a pump, looking to scramble and dive out of bounds to avoid some of the contact and a hard hit on this chilly night. Tucker Manarino getting to him to tag him out. So 3rd down and short coming up. It'll be about 3rd, and we'll call it maybe 7 or 8, depending on where they mark it officially. It'll be marked at the 22-yard line.
Busted play, looking for a receiver, couldn't get it. Again, I'm going to tell my fellow, throw it out, throw it away, so you don't have to take any hits. You're not diving out of bounds, and you're not leaving yourself open for a power hit by a lineman who just wants to hit somebody.
We've had 20 penalties in this game. We've had a couple of safeties as well. Pass over the middle. It's going to be caught on the inside slant pattern for Eduardo Rios, his 2nd touchdown of the day, as Grant Swanger finds the Warwick Raiders alum a 37-yard score earlier in the game, and this one from 22 yards out to Pater, as Apprentice School will add to its lead.
Great throw inside. I was actually looking for the run, didn't see it. He's open, they're going to throw it. I thought maybe just tuck it in and run out some clock.
Extra point now coming. Logan Eastman. And he stays perfect on the day on the PATs, Ed.
Strong leg young fella.
6 of 6 on PATs. Remember, he missed his first field goal try. Did tack on a 33-yarder in the 2nd quarter with 4:34 to go. We've got 7:32 remaining in this one. It's 49-6. Apprentice School all over Atlantis University. Now this quick word from Chicho's Pizza. That's right, check them out, Chicho's Pizza. They've got locations all across Hampton Roads, and in fact, 9 different locations. Pizza, wings, salads, wraps, calzones. Come for the food, stay for the experience. Chicho's Food Family Fun. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded at about the 3-yard line by Atlantis. Taking that return and getting drilled right away. The big hit by number 33, Shane Ryman, he of Menchville High School.
put your binoculars on the kicker right here. Does he have shoes on or not?
Logan Eastman, he has shoes on, yes.
Okay, I thought this fella was running around barefoot.
No, not running barefoot. He's not.
He's got some
Hey,
different
he
type
does
of
have shoes on, Ed. He does have shoes on. By the way, quick injury update from Atlantis University. Adam Papadakis, who came out earlier in the game, he's dealing with the shoulder injury, and he is done for the day. He will not return.
All right, thank you, Jack. So Jack was chiming in with the update on your boy Adam Papadakis, shoulder injury. He's done for the day, will not return. And Jack did confirm he does have shoes out there. But
Okay,
but you both have confirmed to me that not playing on the line today is John Lee Deller, the quarterback for Atlantis. I thought he was on the line earlier in this game. That might go down in the blooper Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's been at quarterback all game.
I thought he was the lineman. I really did. Couldn't believe that was him when he got up. I'm still. Here's a bad snap, and now Deller, whether he's playing quarterback on the line, he's going to try to get to the ball as quickly as he can to avoid disaster, because that was doomed from Jump Street, and it's going to be a loss of a big chunk here back inside the 5. And this has been a rough day for Atlantis. You know, Apprentice could be up even more, Ed, had they cashed in on a couple of those early chances. They had 2 great opportunities inside the red zone that they came away empty. But ever since then, Vincent Brown's Builders have been dominant in this game. And the only points came courtesy of that scoop and score by Atlantis' Jonathan Clark, the defensive end, on a miscue from the Builders. Otherwise, this would be a shutout. Here's Deller here giving the little jet sweep pass, if you want. It's going to be yanked down for another safety potentially, and I'm going to say it's at the 1 rather. And that big stop by number 59, Rashard Phipps, who has been a real impact force on defense, plus done work on the offensive line, opening up holes and paving the way with his blocking.
Yeah, they had with like an inside flip handoff coming by. Now here's where Apprentice School last time at this position, at the other end of the field, just brought the house and got a safety. I'm wondering if we're going to see the same thing. I see. No, they got more guys in the backfield than the last time. They only have, 4 guys up on the line.
3rd and 30 from the 1. Here's Deller. From his end zone, he's going to step up and make a really good throw. It gets deflected and intercepted, though, picked off by the Builders with Jyshawn Jackson, the Highland Springs Springer product, getting the INT. We watch it again on replay. Jyshawn Jackson with that INT, and it puts the Builders in scoring position yet again.
Another tip pass, busted play, tip pass. Deller threw it out, tipped, and he was right there. Apprentice School right there. You know, that's kind of a talent that's taught too, is you get in the area where the ball is, and if it gets tipped, the old tip drill, you're there to pick it up. And Apprentice has done that a couple times today's game.
So the defense getting in on the act yet again for the Builders. We've seen a couple of picks with Trueblood, 1 from Phipps and 1 with Jackson. And the Builders in this game with a 49-6 lead with 5:47 to go. And they're almost ready to put this one in the bag. Swinger stays out here at quarterback as they have it inside the 10 at the 7. Handoff now to Ty Taylor. He scoots around the left side. Oh, and gets upended quickly by the defense. Good stop there by number 3, Corian Harris for Atlantis University. As we tick under 5.5 minutes to go in this ball game, and for the Apprentice School, Ed, they're thinking about a season high. Well, they're not going to quite get there. 72 on Marine Maritime back on October 12th, but this will be for sure their 2nd largest offensive output of the year, surpassing the 44 they piled up on Southern Virginia back on September the 7th.
Yeah, scoring, what'd you say, 72?
On Marine Maritime back on October 12th.
They must have played that game on water.
No, they did not play that game on water. 3 receivers to the near side. Got shut out the last time by Monroe, 40-0.
They have definitely had an up and down season where they do put some points on the board again in their wins, and then some of their losses seem to be extremely tough. But I think you're going to see Apprentice School next year have a great year.
Blitz comes up the middle, and Swinger has to hurry his throw for Taylor in the flat.
Nope,
but
they let it go.
They dialed up a blitz, though, to try to rush things, and that's something you wonder, had they done a little more of, could it have gotten the offense a bit out of sorts? So 3rd down and goal from the 7 with 4:33 to play. And it'll be Swanger coming back in here for this play. 10 on the play clock. As you see the play clock in the back of the end zone here. Well, you don't see it quite on your camera view, but we can see it. It's down to 3 on the play clock, 2 on the play clock. It's going to be a delay of game unless they get the timeout in, which they will get here. And they avoid a 5-yard infraction. So we'll take a timeout as well, as the Builders have a very comfortable 43-point lead on Cova Sports TV, which is also the home of 757 Saturday Sports Talk.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, now, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
And we're back here on Cova Sports TV. Marie Deller tuning into the show. I should say tuning into the game, not our show. You can listen to our show and watch our show every Saturday. Also, Nia Lewis clapping it up. The Beast from the East saying hard to play every single down, including special teams. The boys are on E. Absolutely right. We thank all those that are tuning in out there.
Yeah, it is tough. And we're talking about never coming off the field for the most part.
Here's the shotgun snap. Running up the middle and not getting a whole lot is the direct snap, not to Swanger. Instead, it's to number 19, Alkendrick Overton, former Nansman River quarterback from Suffolk, who had that 20-yard reception earlier, and you like seeing him get incorporated. He could be one that gets involved at QB next year potentially as well.
Use him as a utility player. He's been on special team. He's defensive back, and he played quarterback in high school. He can run the ball, so could he be starting quarterback next year? You know, let me just say this about the Atlantis team. They're getting really, really beat right now. Prentice has really hit their stride after early mistakes. Atlantis can never get out of the muck that they stepped into at the beginning of the game. They have some talented kids on that squad.
Here they go on 4th down. Swanger looking to the right, trying to get a receiver open, and Xavier Hunter. He's going to throw it back the other side. It's going to be hauled in for a touchdown. No. Yes, it is a touchdown. It's caught.
We got a flag in the backfield.
Alkendrick Overton. I thought it would be incomplete. They're going to say it's TD, and it's on his head there. How about the celebration by one of the Builders that has some people up here in the box laughing hysterically? But you're right. The penalty is going to bring this back. So
yeah, I saw it before the pass.
It won't be a total highlight. How about earlier this year? 16 penalties for 268 yards in a game that the Apprentice School won, 72-26. Today, it has been a flag fest in the sense of, before this call, we've got a total of 20 penalties for 158 yards. And this one's going to come all the way back to about, looks like they're going to mark it at the 17 or 18-yard line. Looks like the 18. And they're going to try a field goal with Logan Eastman for his second field goal of the day. And Eastman's kick is going to be good. It goes through the uprights, so they surpass the 50-point marker. 52-6 with 3:25 to play from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the 2024 Neptune Bowl. They're having a lot of fun with the Builders out there on the turf. And here's more from AstroTurf.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy it in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
That's right. Pain and gain a visit there in Virginia Beach. I want to thank some others that helped make this possible for us. Gatorade. Stay hydrated with Gatorade. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better. They're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering and box lunches. Tropical Smoothie Cafe on Princess Anne Road, right across the street from TCC. And if you go through that drive-thru, tell them Ed Young sent you there. 3:25 to play at Prentice School, tacking on a field goal as the Builders push through the lead to 46 points, a 52-6 advantage against the visiting Atlanteans from Atlantis University. Eastman with a 35-yarder, his second field goal today. The ensuing kickoff is going to be picked up by Atlantis University, and multiple burgundy shirts for Prentice School tackling number 9, Joseph Simpson, as he will be halted just inside the 20 at about the 22-yard line, it looks like. Today, though, statistically, Ed, 24 first downs to 8 for Atlantis University. 4 of 10 on third down, 1 of 3 on fourth down for the Builders, but 350 yards of offense to just 69 for Atlantis University on 52 plays, and they've sacked the quarterback 4 times and intercepted him 4 times as well.
Yeah, just total domination by Prentice School. Even when Atlantis would get something substantial going, either shoot yourself in the foot or Prentice School did something to turn that momentum completely around. The big play for Atlantis was that scoop and score on a 60-yard return. That was about the most exciting play they had so far today.
Stick around when our broadcast is done for the trophy presentation. Fumble ball's going to be scooped up, and it's a scoop and score for the Builders.
Guess who it is?
Bringing it in is number 59, Rashard Phipps, as the young man from Richmond's Verona High School able to celebrate a TD, a defensive score, as he's mobbed by his teammates. And the Builders continue to score with defense. The takeaways. We've seen interceptions. They've gotten a couple of safeties, and now Phipps, who had an INT earlier in the game, is able to capitalize on another miscue by the Atlanteans.
Yeah, young fella. I thought the play was dead, but I didn't hear the whistle. And he picked it up, and he did a scoop and score. So it secures the game. If we have one, the game, player of the game.
Yeah, Rashard Phipps gets my vote as well. You certainly could make a great case for Colby Meese today. 14 rushes for 136 yards. Marty Braxton's had a couple of touchdown runs in this game. What's incredible, Ed, is that Meese has not had a rushing score in this game, as good as he's been.
And we tend to look at player of the games with the guys with touchdowns and whatever, and hard to give it a defensive player, but he's done some things.
Logan Eastman stays perfect on his extra point tries. Now 7 for 7 to go with 2 field goals. So he's got 13 points today. Did miss 1 field goal earlier in the game. Phipps, though, scoop and score. And the Apprentice School with 59 points. I said they would not get that season high of 72, but if it was not for the clock being reduced from 10 to 9 minutes, and had they cashed in earlier in our first quarter, they would have certainly probably gotten there.
Would have been close to it, but again, they've done by far more than enough to take care of this game. Halftime it was pretty much completed too. So Prentice is going to end their season on a great uptick note. And like I said, I believe this squad next year, they're going to be towards the upper echelon of their conference.
When we talked about it, they're going to add football to the sport offerings in the USCAA new South Atlantic Conference coming up in 2025. Both Apprentice and Atlantis members for men's basketball and baseball. And this is their 3rd ever appearance in the Neptune Bowl. They won 1, lost 1, beating Bridgewater in 2022, losing to Randolph-Macon 35-3 in 2019. And today, a pretty satisfying performance for the Morgan State alum Vincent Brown, his coaching staff, and players. The Builders, a school that was founded in 1919.
And again, for those that don't understand, the kids on the Apprentice School have a regular 8-hour-a-day job besides class work, besides practice, to play football. That's not easy to do. I'm not sure how many other schools in the country have that. I got to bet there are some that do. I know there's some technical junior colleges that the kids go have jobs too. They make some money. It's a little different.
3 minutes to go, and it's going to be a handoff, getting just a couple of yards, and helping bring the ball carrier down for the apprentice school was none other than Adonis Watson, who has been quite a force throughout this ball game. This drive starting at the 25-yard line for Atlantis University, and they get maybe a yard or two with Corey Grant trying to navigate his way through the left side. Actually, check that out, was Cameron Thompson for 2 yards. So 3 receivers to the far side. Deller staying in at quarterback. And you're right, Ed. He does make some good throws when he has time. Has not had a lot of time. And that throw on the money, it's going to be caught on a quick screen. And multiple apprentice defenders able to limit that to very little in terms of positive yardage for the Atlanteans. That catch made by Kenwan Harris, a class of 2023 wide receiver. Give him about 6, and a timeout will be burned here with, actually it'll be the 2-minute warning here with the apprentice school on top 59-6 in this matchup for the 2024 Neptune Bowl from the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach. And we will take another timeout and come back with the finish to this ball game right here on Cova Sports TV. Stay tuned.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
And we're back here, 2-minute warning. And not much on that play. I mentioned earlier, by the way, my brain's been stuck on the games we're doing for high school. 15-minute quarters, you know, stuck down to 9 here for the fourth quarter. If they had more time, instead of a minute left, this would have been potentially a 70-plus point outing for Apprentice today. But quite an impressive showing by the Builders. Another quick completion. It's going to get nothing in terms of positive yardage. It's actually going to lose a yard or two on that quick completion as Deller finds Thompson. Benny Nina and Darius Carney in on that stop, and as the time ticks away, looks like Apprentice School will finish with a winning record this season at 6-5, and it'll be a 5-6 finish for Atlantis University. Our good pal Mr. Heath chiming in too. Williamson College of Trades is another USCAA member up in Pennsylvania, your native state. For those who don't know, Ed Young hailing from the great state of PA.
Hometown Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Lock Haven University, is that the alma mater?
That's where I graduated from.
There you go.
Lock Haven University.
So the time ticking down under a minute here. We'll have our trophy presentation. I know Nick Cinti on the field along with our man Jack Lowe, our sideline reporter, working hard today. Jack's been up early. He's been doing the long hours for us on Cova Sports TV, and it'll be a flag here. A delay a game, I think it is the call for Atlantis.
Yeah, the coach for Atlantis was on the field the whole time. Purposely took a
timeout, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to take a timeout. They're going to take the delay of game penalty as opposed to the timeout.
Yeah, he took that was on purpose.
What's up with all? I see this all the time. What's up with all you coaches that come from Pennsylvania and Ohio to Virginia? There's like a bajillion of you all. I say bajillion.
We hate the weather.
Well, you came down here and brought us some cold weather on Friday night.
Well, some of my northern friends need to come down here and get this weather. It's running amok down here. We don't want it. Take it back up there. We don't want this cold weather. That's why I came here. When I was younger, I had to walk to school in 3 miles in a blizzard with no snow boots on.
Oh, tough for you. By the way, the Lucky Oyster Party Deck is to our right. We haven't shown it on camera yet, but the local seafood grill serving the best local and Eastern Shore oysters daily, and a 10-time Best of the Beach winner. Visit luckyoystervb.com or call 757-430-9600 for more. I want to give them a shout out as we tick off the last seconds. And here is Coach Brown getting dumped with the Gatorade, the water, the bath as they celebrate a Neptune Bowl victory here today. 59-6 over Atlantis University. A convincing win for the Builders of the Apprentice School.
DoubleTree by Hilton.
An impressive performance today here on Cova Sports TV as the Apprentice School wins it at 59-6 to cap a 6-5 campaign.
Yeah, they just ran those last 2 minutes off basically. No need to run any more plays. Too many kids cramping up, so I can see.
So we'll have the trophy presentation at midfield with Jack Lowe and Nick Senti coming up here. And the awards coming your way as well. This game, the Neptune Bowl, brought to you by the good folks at the DoubleTree by Hilton. A 5-6 finish for the Atlanteans, who today were limited to just 66 total yards of offense, 350 for the Apprentice School. The Apprentice defense able to generate 4 interceptions, also a fumble recovery, a scoop and score to cap things with Rashard Phipps's recovery in return for a TD with 3:04 to play in this contest. A couple of safeties, Ed, in the third quarter as well. And it was all Apprentice School. 1 touchdown coming on a scoop and score from Atlantis in the third period via Jonathan Clark. But the running game also a big part of the story here as the Apprentice School wins this one off in style.
Yeah, once that shaky beginning of the game, both teams, Apprentice got it together, sustained, got some drives, did some good things, got it going. Atlantis never did. They just never really could get it going. They do have some really good-looking athletes out there. They just couldn't get it going. And the big thing is they had too many bodies going the entire game. They only dressed 26 players.
Pretty cool hats they get, too, winning this bowl game. How about that?
It's an aqua blue. What is that, a blue?
Looks like it. We'll get a close-up of it on the field when we get our field cam fired back up with Jack, who will probably be chatting with Coach Vincent Brown here shortly.
My question is, do the announcers of the game get a hat?
You always want something. Didn't you get fed well enough before the game?
Yeah, well, okay.
Great
but,
hospitality.
That's kind of expected.
You're
I'm just
always
wondering
bargaining
if
for something.
If there's an extra hat or 2 in there, you know.
Well, you're going to swipe one on your way out. They don't have to give you one.
No,
and then you'll get a bill in the mail. Bill in the mail. So the Builders celebrate here a 59-6 win over Atlantis University. All 3 phases, and they're trying to dump assistant coach Elton Brown with water, but he's telling him, "Don't you dare."
Thank you, Jack Lowe.
Elton will put a hit on somebody now. Be careful.
If you missed any of our ball game, you can check out the archive broadcasts here on Cova Sports TV. It'll be available on demand. And hit that subscribe button for all kinds of live sporting events, podcasts, and so much more. Football, soccer, field hockey, lacrosse, and all of your sports content local, statewide, and nationally through Cova Sports TV. And the Apprentice School prevailing in this one. And we've got Jack that'll be joining us here in just a moment. As you see the field view of this on the field.
Kids are out there throwing water on the coaches.
Oh, yeah, they're posing for the picture here.
Coach will have pneumonia in 2 days.
No, don't say that.
COVID.
They've dressed warmly. They've dressed warmly. And you see the team posing for the picture here.
I'm the coaches. I'm ganging up on some players. We're going to drought.
Is that what you're doing? You're going to do the reverse?
Yep. Pick out 1 or 2 kids.
This is a pretty special moment for all the seniors, though. This is your last time together to win this by 53 points. It is a pretty memorable moment for all those that are involved in participating.
It's a good feeling. You had an up and down year, 500 year. Average, I guess people say it's an average year. You've won as many as you lost.
But you win on a high note.
But and it's the Neptune Bowl. It's a little bit of a special connotation to it. So, yeah, if you can see that by watching them out here in the celebration. And like I said, they're acting like third graders throwing water on the coaches, and that's great. That's
water
a great
balloons
thing
back
to do.
in PE, right? It takes you back to your youth.
No, that's what you do. we respected our teachers.
I heard the neighborhood kids waited in the bushes to throw at you when you came into the house and didn't give them trick-or-treat candy. That's what I heard.
No, when I was younger, I was big in trick-or-treating. When I'm older, I think Halloween was but that's another story.
I think Jack will be chatting here in a moment with Coach Vincent Brown. You see Nick and Jack on the field here with Vincent, and then we will get some words following this in a moment. You see Jack there getting ready to talk with Vincent Brown, and then we'll throw it down to Jack here in just a second after Coach Brown breaks the huddle with his guys. They're giving some high fives and enjoying the moment here, savoring it, soaking it up in more ways than one, soaking it up here.
I would like to see them dump water on Jack.
Here we go. We got Jack Lowe with Vincent Brown. Take it away, Jack.
Wonderful victory for you guys. Wonderful way to end the season. Just how much of success has the season been for you guys?
Oh, I'll start over.
Sorry.
Coach Brown.
I'm so sorry about that. Coach Brown,
Yeah.
how successful has the season been for you guys to finish it off like this?
Man, what a tremendous day for Builder Nation, for these young men who stayed focused, they stayed steadfast on the job at hand. We end up getting the 500 to be able to accept this game. I got the best coaching staff in the country, and we're just proud to bring this back home.
How great was the defense? So many defensive turnovers for us. Does defense win championships?
Defense wins championships, baby. Listen, we got some great guys on that defensive side of the ball. We had some veteran guys who played in the championship game before, so that paid dividends today, right? And so we were a little shaky starting the game, but offense started to go. And then how about that O-line? We challenged that O-line to put their hand in the ground and drive those guys, and you see the result on the scoreboard.
How fun is it getting to come out to a ball game like this, getting to bring all the players, getting them a chance to play at least one more game this season, getting a trophy presentation, getting to come out to Virginia Beach like this?
Man, this is awesome, man. Hats off to everybody who had something to do with the Neptune Bowl. Chuck, all his support staff, all of you guys, man, this is a great event. We look to build this thing. We have the opportunity to come back, and this is a great day for Builder Nation. We're going to celebrate this one, and then we're going to let these guys go have some fun tonight.
What's next for Apprentice School?
Well, we're going to keep on building, man. We got recruits that's trying to get in now, and so we're going to continue to build what we started when we came here, when I first took the job here with John Davis. We have turned the Apprentice School football program around, and now it's known all over the 757 in Virginia.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
So that was Jack Lowe with Coach Vincent Brown of the Apprentice School after the win, and we thank him for a few minutes after this victory, 59-6 as they prevail in this contest today to win the Neptune Bowl for the second time in 3 appearances in this event's history. Ed, your final thoughts? We'll go through some quick numbers as we sign off here. We mentioned some of the stats here statistically, individually. Grant Swinger, 142 yards passing, 2 touchdowns through the air, 136 yards rushing on 14 attempts for Colby Meese, 71 yards rushing on 9 attempts with 2 TDs for Marty Braxton. Ty Taylor from Phoebus High, 9 rushes for 45 yards and a score. Eduardo Rios, how about him? The Warwick High product, 3 receptions for 89 yards and 2 TDs. He came in with 4 catches all year. Josiah Beecham with 4 grabs for 33 yards. Kendrick Overton with a catch for 20 yards. They overcame 3 turnovers in the third quarter because they got it done in all 3 phases with field goals, a couple from Logan Eastman, who was perfect on PATs. Chase Gaines with 9 total tackles, 2 for loss from Benny Nina. He had 7 total tackles. Rashard Phipps with 7 tackles, 4 for loss, and a scoop and score, probably our player of the game. Darius Carney with 6 tackles, 2 INTs, 2 interceptions from Kamari Trueblood. Sincere Hawkins with 5 stops as well. For Atlantis, their leading contributor in terms of stats was Cameron Thompson with 12 rushes for 48 yards. They did have 4 interceptions, 9 completions. Check that, 10 completions for 47 yards in the passing game.
Well, it started out, as Coach Brown said, a little shaky, but they uprighted the ship. They got it going. Atlantis never could do that. Now, part of that problem was because Apprentice School stopped a lot of things that Atlantis is good at. So give credit, again, to Apprentice School for getting stuff done. You know, you watch this game, if you didn't know records, you would say, Apprentice School's pretty good. What's the record, 8-2, 7-3? And, you know, they're 6-5. So it looks like they improved as the year went on, and a lot of key guys will be back for them next year. And like I said, I'm looking way down the road. I think next year you're going to look at a team with 7-8 wins. And I don't know how good the league is, but as I said earlier about Atlantis, though they got blown out here today, they have some good-looking skilled players. They have some big linemen. They just need to tie some loose ends up, get their mindset going. It's a tough ride all the way up from Miami to come up here to play this game. But Apprentice School, this is your night. Enjoy it. it's a great way to end the season.
Some final scores in top 25 action in college football before we do say goodbye officially. Ohio State, the number 2 ranked team in the country. The Buckeyes beat Indiana, knocking the Hoosiers from the ranks of the unbeaten 38-15. It was number 8 Miami beating Wake Forest 42-14. Florida knocked off number 9 Ole Miss 24-17. SMU a winner 33-7 over Virginia. Number 25 Illinois beating Rutgers 38-31. Number 10 Georgia defeating UMass 59-21. Number 11 Tennessee with a shutout of UTEP 56-0. And again, we want to thank our entire team from Chuck Thornton and Nick Senti to our camera operator today, and that being Ethan Simon, our sideline reporter, and Jack Lowe from our broadcast partner, the coach Ed Young. I am Matthew Hatfield, and a big thanks to all of our sponsors for the Neptune Bowl, such as Northeast Contracting, PFG Food Service, CHKD Sports Medicine, Footers Sports Pub, Nendo's, Peri Peri Chicken, Chicho's, C5 Merchant Solutions, Moke American of Virginia Beach, North Landing Electric, Big B Coffee, and of course, DoubleTree by Hilton, our title sponsor for today's 2024 Neptune Bowl here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This was fun. Let's hopefully do it again in 2025, Lord willing.
Yeah, I mean, if they want me, I would come back and do it again. It's a little different for me. I play with the round ball in basketball. That's where my expertise is, but I enjoy this. Love football. I appreciate what the kids are doing, and I appreciate the powers that be to allow me to come out here too.
We sign off from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Our final score, Apprentice School 59, Atlantis University 6. Good night from Virginia Beach. So long. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching Cova Sports TV.